The following is a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.
Tonight, the Thunderbirds return to the nest after 2 on the road. They split the games with a win over last year's champions, the Calgary Roughnecks, but then a loss for the first time this season in a match with division rivals, the Toronto Rock. The Rush come into Halifax tonight after a win on home turf against division rivals, the Colorado Mammoth. And now they hold the top spot in the West Division. The Halifax Thunderbirds, the Saskatchewan Rush next on BR Live. And good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Scotiabank Centre in Halifax, Nova Scotia for NLL Week 12 action as the Thunderbirds play host to the Saskatchewan Rush. Good evening, I'm Pete Dalladay along with Pat Gregoire, and we got a team here in Halifax off to a great start. They're known for their offense, going up against a team that's not giving up a lot of goals, Pat.
Not giving up a lot of goals, and their offense isn't producing quite like what we've seen, but I think a lot of that has to do with the wonky schedule they've had, a lot of buys. We saw a double bye last week, or leading up to last week's game. Last week's game, I think, was the best defensive effort that we saw from the Mammoth, and now it's time to finally see that offensive explosion from the Saskatchewan Rush.
And let's start there with the players to watch for the Rush, and that is big Mark Matthews, a big left-handed shot.
A big left-handed shot, and the mailman, as they call him, one of the best, if not, I'll say it, the best distributor in the game of lacrosse. Like you mentioned, he's big, he's athletic. You see 19 helpers on the year, and as you see right there, he can put the ball in the net as well. He is a guy that held off the goal sheet last game, had just the 1 assist. So if they want to come out on top, Mark Matthews is going to have to be one of their best players on the floor.
Then on the other side of the floor, though, a pretty good righty.
Yeah, a great righty. One of the best righties in the game, in my personal opinion. One of the best field and box combination players as well in Ben McIntosh. This guy, he provides secondary scoring, and he's a guy that can also be a guy that can go off and be your top contributor. As I mentioned, very athletic, and he's a guy that also is going to have to be a big cog in this offense.
As far as the Halifax Thunderbirds are concerned, just a great season by Stephen Keogh. He's just been lighting the lamp game after game, and he's a healthy Stephen Keogh this year.
Exactly. I talked to Chad Culp before the game, and I asked, what's the difference between Stephen Keogh this year and maybe the last few years? I asked him, is it health? And he said, absolutely. You see there, 25 points in 7 games. He's scoring goals, but it's also the big goals. We saw him put this team on his back, scoring that natural hat trick to lift them to victory. Again, he is going to have to be a big part in this offense, an offense filled with young guys, and he's got some youth to his game right now as well.
Well, speaking of young guys, what about CP24 for the Thunderbirds?
CP24, you said it right there. This guy is a human highlight reel, scores beautiful goals, but he does all the little things right as well. Sets hard picks, goes back in transition, takes away some of those goal-scoring opportunities, which he's going to have to do. And you saw here, he actually played a little bit of defense and scored in transition, 21 points in 6 games. He's an unbelievable player, great IQ as well. And we talk about all the lefties, Cody Jamieson, Ryan Benesh, these guys obviously top contributors, but righties like Keogh and like CP24, they're going to have to get the job done tonight as well.
All right, thank you, Pat. It is time now to introduce the third member of our broadcast team. That's Dana Jackson standing by with the keys of the game. Dana.
Thanks, guys. First, for Saskatchewan, they need to explode from the start on offense. They need to bring some of that explosive offense to play from the last end of the game last week for them. And second, they need to get a solid game from the defense. They're facing a well-rounded, high-power producing offense. And they need to have an answer to stay in this game and stay in the game early. On the other side of the turf, for the Halifax Thunderbirds, they need to not panic. Last game, they lost their first game of the season. They need to play the game that they're used to. They still have the best record in the league. And second, they need to stay out of the box. They play well shorthanded, but they're at their best at full strength. They need to minimize the penalties and keep the pace of the game going. Guys?
All right, thank you very much, Dana. It is D&D night tonight here in Halifax, and it should be a battle. The Rush, the Thunderbirds next on BR Live. NLL on BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And by Alterna Bank, Canada's end-to-end digital bank. Alterna puts the good in banking. Visit alternabank.ca to learn more. All right, getting a little closer to the opening face-off here in Halifax tonight. It's Pete and Pat and Dana all set, and man, good crowd on hand here tonight, as well as we take a look at the Alterna Cup standings, as this is a good one here tonight for this one, Pat.
Yeah, and it's the first taste of the Alterna Cup for the Rush. As you see, this will be their first all-Canadian matchup, but the Thunderbirds at a 1-1 record, they'll look to see if they can improve that with a win, and then you see the Rock at top with a 1-0 win. They got that one over to the Thunderbirds in Toronto, and then of course the Roughnecks tied 1-1, and then of course you see the Warriors there with a 0-1 record.
All right, there's a look at the Alterna Cup standings, and someone might be able to get a jump on that at the end of this one. Let's take a look at your starting goaltenders. Two good ones here tonight, Pat, at both ends of the floor.
Yeah, two good ones indeed. One veteran, one really carving his way, trying to prove that he's one of the top goaltenders in the game. Evan Kirk right now with a 4-1 record. He's a champion at all levels, won a Mann Cup, won a NLL Cup as well with this team. You see the .869 goals against average, and he'll be the first one to say a big reason why he's so successful is that defense in front, but when they do break down, there's no doubt that Evan Kirk has bailed them out.
So I'm sure he's in for a busy night as he gets ready to roll. Quickly saw him last night coming in, and always great to catch up with the guys. And there is Warren Hill right there. And, you know, that one loss coming back just a couple weeks ago in Toronto was his first loss in quite some time.
Yeah, almost a full calendar year. Not
amazing.
Quite yet, but I believe it was March. But he's been unbelievable. You could even argue maybe an MVP candidate.
All right, Dana standing by downstairs with Mark Matthews. Dana?
Thanks, guys. Mark, we spoke earlier. A little weird schedule for you guys, but what is it going to take to be successful here tonight?
We had a good game last week as a team. We just got to keep things rolling here now that we're playing every week, and just play our game and play hard.
Thanks so much. Good luck tonight.
Thanks.
Guys.
Dana, thank you very much, and you're going to see a lot of number 42 tonight. Pretty much every offensive situation, power plays, obviously, so no doubt he'll play a big role in tonight's lacrosse game. He gets ready to roll. And let's take a look now at the BetMGM inactive report. Pat, what do you got for us?
So out for the Rush is Austin Murphy, forward. And on defense, number 19 there, Jody Jones-Smith. For Halifax, Mike Burke, he's out, still dealing with some concussion-like symptoms. And Chris Boucher sitting out as a healthy scratch.
All right, there you have it. There is your inactive report brought to you by BetMGM. Cody Jamieson, the captain here in Halifax. He's having a great season. There he's lined up, ready to go. Lots of family connections to this one as well. The Hosick brothers, will get into that as the game goes on. And we got ourselves an opening face-off. Jake Withers, who can set a milestone tonight, gets this one. So we're underway. It's showtime here on the East Coast. Shanks with the ball here, looking to open the scoring. Moves it across. Played here by Ryan Benesh. Benesh scoops it into the corner. He'll set a little pick as the ball jogged to the top. Comes over here. Peterson shoots right on goal in the first save of the game, coming from Evan Kirk. Battle for the ball here along the near boards. As coming in with Shanks. That's whistled down, and it's going to be Halifax ball. Here's a chance. Shanks goes in, shoots low, and a save by Kirk.
Good to see Shanks back in the lineup. He was battling a little bit of an injury. We saw him in Toronto, had a pretty solid game, but it looks like he's back to full strength here at the Nest.
So now the Rush with a chance to open the scoring, looking for their first chance. Keenan with the ball. He moves it across, gets it over there for McIntosh. Keenan wants it back, he gets it, feeds it in a little deeper for Matthews. Across, shot and a save by Warren Hill.
Big stop by Hill, just showing his athleticism with a big kick save right there.
Well, here come the Thunderbirds. Rod Gillies with the ball into the corner. It's Benesh grabbing it. And Benesh, oh, check that. That's Kyle Jackson with it. Jackson double teamed in the far corner. Some good solid D there by the Rush.
That's a great double team there by Messenger and Matt Hossack, the younger brother of Graham Hossack, the two-time Defender of the Year. But hey, Matt Hossack's pretty good defender as well.
Robinson moves it over, wants the ball back, gets it in the corner. 11 seconds left on the shot clock. He's got a chance to shoot. He goes just wide. And it comes all the way back towards center floor. They might get one more shot here. They got a couple seconds. No, they're not going to bother. It's just going to be thrown into the corner by Robert Church.
That's a good defensive stand there from Halifax.
So here come the Thunderbirds in blue tonight to honor the military. Shot and a save. Evan Kirk down in the crease to make that one. It was a hard shot.
Halifax not wasting any time. They're taking shots early and often wonder if the scouting report is trying to attack early and get a quick start.
Something they've struggled with the last couple of games. And they want to get on the board early. But so far scoreless. A shot and another big stop by Hill. A reset, a full 30 here for the Rush. Matthews, he has that big shot. He decides not to take it. A backhand pass out in front. And some good D by the Thunderbirds. There's a big collision and the ball pops loose and the Rush get it right back.
And that's one great thing that this Rush offense will do. Sure, they'll put the ball in the net, but when they turn it over, they do a great job forechecking.
Warren Hill with his third save of the game. Both tenders now with 3 saves.
Yeah, the tenders are dialed in here tonight.
Jamison right on goal, but right into the big Rush logo on the jersey of Evan Kirk. And here come the Rush. Up the other way. Hossack, the pass intended for Cornwall. Hossack picks up the loose ball. Being bothered right there by his brother Graham. Ball goes back into the crease. Halifax will get it, but Armstrong can't reach that one. He's going to try and track it down here in the corner. Colton Armstrong unable to do so despite the good effort. He's going to have to hustle back. Probably a little tired at this point. As the ball played here by Ben McIntosh. He'll get it to Matthews. Mark Matthews working one-on-one, squib move. Little feed back to Schattler, but he couldn't grab it. Still some time on the shot clock though. 10 seconds to work with. Pass out front, and that goes wide. Ends up going at a play, and Halifax will get it with a chance still to open the scoring here.
A lot of action, no goals yet. That has a lot to do with both goaltenders here tonight. They're seeing the ball real well.
Keogh gets the ball in. Here's Peterson. And Peterson moves it over. He'll get the ball right there to Eric Fennell. Towards the top for Keogh. Shoots and a save by Kirk. Rebound picked up by Kyle Rubish.
That's that sweet shot for Keogh. He loves unleashing a beautiful overhand shot. Coaches love to see that. Just a pure goal scorer shot, but Kirk getting the better hand of him there.
Robinson, Schattler thought about shooting, still has it, drops the ball here to Keenan. And Keenan, he comes towards the top, being watched closely. Right there by Brandon Robinson, shot down low, Hill with the save, rebound. That's picked up by Jake Withers. And Withers gets it up the floor. With a good chance tonight to hit 700 wins.
Remarkable, absolutely remarkable. Just doing it in 3 seasons, not even a full 3 seasons yet.
That's on the draws, and he's got one already. Here's Shanks, looks, hanging on to it. And there's a Forced turnover, and it's going to be scooped up here by the Rush. Travis Cornwell was able to get that one. And here come the Rush up the other way. Scoreless game, 9:30 to go here in the first quarter. That pass is intercepted. Rush get it back though. And it's played here on the far side, keeping a close watch on things. Armstrong out in front, shot, and did it go in? Yes, it's 1-0 Rush. Hill thought he had it, and the Rush get a bounce. They're on the board. It looks like Ben McIntosh.
And this is just peak Ben McIntosh, one of the best backdoor cutters in the game. We talked about him being a player to watch. Well, Halifax just absolutely loses him, and it's Graham Hossick who's not able to get there quick enough. We'll get another look. See right here, beautiful feed from the other side. He just slips on through. Hill not being able to get enough equipment on it. And that one just trickles on through. That one barely goes in. We'll see right there. Oh, that's a beautiful shot.
So 1-0 Rush, they're on the board. It took them 6 shots to beat Warren Hill. And the visitors are leading this one. Graham Hossick coming in, grabs that loose ball, but then he falls, and the ball is up for grabs here. 3-on-3 battle. In fact, 4 Rush players in there digging away, and they eventually get it, looking to build on their 1-0 lead. Chris Corbeil gets the ball in deep, then makes a change. Church with it. He'll have the ball a lot on that far side. Gets it to Keenan. Keenan unloads one on goal, and Hill, he hangs on and moves the ball ahead here as he gets it up to Scotty Campbell. Campbell running in. He's got a chance to shoot. He does, and a save by Evan Kirk. And the Rush will grab it. Travis Cornwell jogging it in. He's got Jeff with him. Jeff Cornwell now for Jeff Shatler. He'll work one-on-one, just setting it up, waiting for everyone to get into position. And now some movement. Looks, tries to feed. Robinson taken away by Halifax. Brandon Robinson grabs it. And the Thunderbirds up the floor. Looking to tie this one up. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Peterson. Mark Peterson, there's the pass, there's the shot, and Kirk with another save. He's got 6 now. 5 of the 6 have been solid stops, heavy shots.
Yeah, all outside shots, so Halifax is going to want to get to the middle of the net, but they love taking those outside looks. It's just Kirk is seeing the ball real well. They're going to need to find another way to score, try to get to the middle of the floor.
Matthews moves it. Here's a chance out in front, and some good defense. Solid D by Halifax, and a save by Warren Hill. Off the shoulder, then off the glass. It's scooped up here by Halifax as they'll head up the floor.
Smart play by James Barkley. Just kind of gooses out the loose ball, boxes out Mark Matthews.
Ball ends up on the far side. Shanks with the fire. He spun and then lost control of it. And the Rush will move up. A 2-on-1. Shot. Hill with the save. Warren Hill. But a penalty, I think, coming up. It is 1-0 Saskatchewan leading here in Halifax. And you're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. And welcome back to Halifax. You can watch all the action from around the National Lacrosse League this season on BR Live. Choose an annual, monthly, or per game basis. For more information, visit NLL.com/BR Live. Shot of Micah Kersey there, and Cody Jamieson has got a friend in the penalty box, Pat.
Yeah, Jamieson getting a call for a slash, and during the break you could hear the officials talking about it. They said it wasn't a clear attempt to try to go for the stick right on the hand. That's why they called it.
So the Rush already leading 1-0, have a chance to build on that lead. Matthews, there's the pass, comes to Keenan, hits the post. Hill may have got a piece too. Hill puts the net right back on and came out of place there for a second, and Matthews back to get the ball. He gets it here for Ryan Keenan. Keenan to Matthews. Couple Oshawa Whitby guys hooking up here, back and forth. Matthews down low, Shattler across, couple fakes, they score! A beauty right there, finished off by Ben McIntosh. It's 2-0 Rush.
Benny Mac, we talked about him in the pregame for a reason. He'll hurt you shorthanded, he'll hurt you 5-on-5, and here he'll hurt you on the power play. You see great ball movement. Shattler, just a beautiful feed off the hop. It could have been a quick stick there, but instead, you see Benny Mac gets the ball right on the crease, doesn't quick stick it, instead throws about a billion fakes, a zillion fakes, I should say, and just puts that one by Hill. Absolutely no chance there. 2-0 for the Rush.
Withers on the draw against Thompson, and a win there by Jake Withers, a proud resident of Keene, Ontario, just outside of Peterborough. A shout out to Keene. Pick no good, and it's going to be Rush ball as they look to add another one here. Not the start that Halifax was looking for. They're looking to get off to better starts. Not the case here tonight. Shot from way out. That goes wide of the goal. Local Thompson had it for a second. Halifax will get control of it. And it's going to be played here by Trevor Smith. Smith gets it to Clark Peterson. Peterson finding Stephen Keogh. Back to Peterson. Here's a chance, a shot, and Kirk, another stop.
Again, it's the same look. They throw that pick at the top, try to create some traffic out in front and try to shoot through it. And it's just not working right now because Evan Kirk's seen the ball real well.
Matthews with a dish and a shot. Hill with a save. Grabs that ball before Matthews could get at it. And here's Colton Armstrong. Armstrong coming in, fights his way to the goal. Bit of a twister shot and another stop there by Evan Kirk. Here comes Corbeil. He's got a ton of family here tonight. His mom's side of the family comes from Nova Scotia. The Murphys all in the house tonight. As it's played here by Robert Church. A pass, Shattler shoots, Hill comes across, makes the stop, and a loose ball taken here by Halifax, looking to get on the board. Barclay went to shoot, didn't come up the way he was hoping, went high and off the end glass. And the Rush with it. Travis Cornwall. As he jogs it up the floor. Gets it here to Jeff Cornwall with a shot. Hill, another save. He's faced 13 Saskatchewan shots so far in this one.
Yeah, he's keeping busy in that crease, and he's keeping Halifax in this game right now. A very lackluster middle of this period. They look real sharp out the gates, but very slow. They're going to have to get something going here.
Ben Esch to Jamieson, the captain, takes a peek. He doesn't need a lot of room to score. He thought about it. Now over here it's Peterson. Peterson double team, so somebody's open out in front, but a big defensive play by Kyle Rubish. There's a shot from way out. Jamieson picks up the ball. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Jamieson behind his back and between his legs. I don't know, that was crazy. Oh man, we saw him score an unbelievable goal a couple weeks ago in Toronto. He almost topped it right there with that move. That comes with 3:49 left in the first. Teach him that one, Pat?
Oh, God. Oh, no chance. No chance.
So Cody Jamieson, we saw him in the box there having a chat with the attendant. He really has made a lot of contacts, a lot of friends. He's well known already here in Halifax, only after a couple months of being this captain here.
Yeah. He's one of the best leaders in the game, whether it be here in Halifax or with Six Nations. Obviously, he's a guy that, no doubt,
on him,
he's a guy that you want on your team. You want him leading.
You're watching the National Lacrosse League on VR Live. Welcome back to Halifax. We'll go downstairs. Dana Jackson has Coach Micah Kersey with her. Dana.
Thanks so much, guys. Coach, what do you need to do to get your offense production going here tonight?
I think we just got to invest a little more. We're pushing the ball up the floor and kind of taking those early shots. You know, we just got to invest and play our game. So we got to settle down a little bit.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Dana. Thank you, Mike. Here we go. It's the Rush up 2-0. 3:49 left. Micah Kersey. Always, you know,
Calm, cool, and collected.
calm. Yeah, absolutely.
And that's the thing. He's right. He's totally right. Obviously, we saw a few early shots in the clock there that were great shots. A few of the last one, it just seemed like they're trying to force the issue here.
Well, here come the rush on the attack. Schaller to Keenan. Ryan Keenan has room to shoot. He scores! Ryan Keenan gives the Rush a 3-0 lead.
Well, he said it was a matter of time until we saw this high-powered offense start to explode. I don't know if it exploded yet, but the volcano is certainly starting to bubble. And this is just a beautiful pick right here by Mark Matthews. Not only is he one of the best players with the ball in his stick, he does great things like this to free up space for Ryan Keenan to unload a shot on the wrong side of the floor, and just like that, Pete, it's 3-0 for the Rush.
Yeah, that's a solid pick for sure.
It's like running into a brick wall. How are you gonna stop that?
It's about 230 pounds, if not more. Solid Mark Matthews. Withers wins another draw and gets the ball towards Graham Hosick. And Hosick will play it here. Takes a hit and gets it in the corner for Cody Jamieson. He went to toss it over here for Austin Shanks. Jackson with it. And now Halifax will get the offense going.
Dilks versus Jamieson. This is going to be a good battle all night long, folks.
Peterson with a shot on goal. No problems there for Kirk. He passes it ahead, gets it up here to Matt Hosick. There's a chance. Shot, they score! 4-0 for the Rush on a goal there by Matthew Dinsdale.
Marty Dinsdale, one of the most underrated offensive players in the game, in my personal opinion. He's a guy that will do it all. He'll score. As we saw there, he'll get assists. He crashes his bangs. But again, another goal off a very questionable take. And you just see, up in transition, Dinsdale off the bench and puts this in again. Like I said, just another shot that I don't know if that's the look you want to take. And maybe it is the look, but it's definitely not the right execution. Just a little soft shot by Peterson right in the stick of Evan Kirk.
Evan Kirk should pick up an assist on that one as well. So he gets a save and an assist. Great play all around for Kirk. Halifax with it here. Shanks gets it to Keogh. Stephen Keogh. Down low. Eric Fennell. Fennell with some room, shooting. Getting an arm was Kirk on it, and a reset. Jamieson picked up the ball, and a full 30 here for the Thunderbirds. Jamieson. Keogh shoots a heavy shot, but Kirk again, as you said, Pat, he's seeing the ball very well.
He's seeing the ball real well from the outside. That's two solid takes, and that's a good offensive possession. They didn't force any shots there, but you know, just 2 minutes left in this first. They're going to have to start tickling twine here.
Matthews is arguing with off Halifax player.
And I think he's got a. I think he's right there, and yep, the ball's going to stay with White here.
So the Rush will get a 30-second shot clock reset for them. Looking to build on already a 4-0 lead. Keenan looking for another one, short side, wide, not by much. And the play here heading down the other way. It's whistled down despite the fact Nicole Thompson wanted to just keep that going. 2 minutes here left.
I didn't see the call. I think it's going to be a hold of the stick as Todd LeBranch. We'll hear him now.
Halifax 68, minor penalty, holding the stick.
Like I said, I was following the play up the floor as we saw Brandon Robinson and Nungo Thompson really turning it up. We'll see here on the replay. Yeah, and that's the right call. You can't do that there, but nonetheless, a very costly penalty by the rookie.
Saved there by Hill after a heavy shot from Matthews. And the T-Birds head down the other way. Brad Gillies. Gillies to Peterson. Clark Peterson. Short-handed. Maybe that's what Halifax needs. Jamieson with a shot on goal, and Evan Kirk making his 12th save of the night. They battle for the ball to his left. Jamison's in there, rolls here, and it's free and picked up by Mike Messenger. And here come the Rush on the power play. Just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. Here's a giveaway and a steal here heading up the floor. That's going to be James Barclay. And here for Fennell. Fennell moves it into the corner a little deeper. Thunderbirds want to get at least one here in the first quarter. Shanks with it. Austin Shanks wants some movement. There's the feed. That's a tough play to make. When it works, it's pretty. It's a difficult threat. Here's a good play by Ryan Benesh. Fans want to call that. They're getting into this one despite their team not on the board. Starting to learn the game quite a bit here in Halifax, these fans. They're loving it.
How much time would we have had left?
4-0 for the Rush.
Sorry, on the shot clock. On the Halifax
Listening
shot
to the officials down below.
Yeah, I asked you to reset it, and he didn't pick it up, so that's my fault. I'll take that. But I need to know how much would have been left. Okay, thank you. 6. Put 6 on the shot clock. Hey, blue ball, 6 seconds. Yes. I went to my... I know I did. I know I did. Yeah, but he didn't pick it up at that time, Cody. You were already counting it down. I know, but he didn't pick it up clean, all right? There was no clear possession. It's your ball with 6 seconds, all right?
Well, they got 6 to work with, Pat.
Cody Jamieson doesn't like that call. He thinks it was should have been a clean possession picked up by Saskatchewan. I tend to agree. I thought Justin Robinson did pick up that loose ball, so the clock should have restarted.
Well, see what they can do with 6 seconds. Half a minute to go in the quarter. All Rush offensively here. 17-12 are the shots, and they lead on 4 of those shots.
They have until 20.
Before it's all said and done, Cody Jamieson might negotiate a couple more. He's a pretty good debater.
24.
I wouldn't want to get into a debate with him, I don't think.
Yeah.
So we'll see here, Robinson. You know what?
Hey,
Nope.
24.
I will say that.
There you go.
That is a good call by Todd LeBranch and his crew. Justin Robinson did not pick that ball up cleanly.
Never had it.
Take it back.
24 is dead. 24 is dead.
You can do that. That's allowed.
6 seconds left on the shot clock.
All right. 6 seconds to work with. Shot from way out, looking for a rebound. It's in the gear. It's in Kirk's pad. There it is. He knew he had it somewhere. And so we'll see if he gets pulled here for the extra runner, whether come up with a play here with just over 23 seconds left in the quarter.
Pretty good take from Scott Campbell there. Soupy with an outside blast. Might have been one of the most quality chances we've seen the ball from an outside shot for Halifax so far, and just not getting their looks. Obviously they're shorthanded right now with Smith in the box.
Ball starts. They want Matthews to reset. He has to head back.
Trying to figure something out with the clock there.
Not yet. Stay here, though. Stay here.
Good look at Mark Matthews right there, and the special jerseys that they're wearing tonight. We'll talk more about that later on at halftime for sure, but both teams wearing jerseys that you can bid on online, so we'll give you more information on that later on. You can help a great cause here in Halifax as Matthews has it. Matthews down towards the crease. Will they get it back to him? They do. Looks a backhand feed, ends up towards the crease, and now trickles into the corner. 4 seconds left in the period. And that will probably much eat up the rest of the time. It does, thanks to the efforts of Luke Magnan. Just wanted to get to the quarter and not allow a final shot by the Rush. You are watching the National Lacrosse League right here on BR Live.
Sorry, man, that's my fault.
Well, we were talking about those great jerseys. There's a good look right there. Don't miss your chance to pick up a piece of team history and support a great cause as well. You can get in on the chance to own the jerseys worn by both teams in tonight's game. Head over to halifaxthunderbirds.com/auction and bid on your favorite players' jerseys, with the auction net proceeds to benefits Vets Canada, a great organization helping veterans who might be struggling, helping get back to civilian life. Pat, and jerseys are fantastic. I love them.
Oh yeah, both teams did a fantastic job designing them. Obviously, Saskatchewan going with a little more tradition of their color scheme, but Halifax going with the navy theme. I absolutely love it. They did a fantastic job on both jerseys, and like you said, you can bid on those jerseys. It goes to a good cause, and you get to take something home that is pretty sweet. You can hang it up on your wall.
Absolutely, and some of them are going for a good $1, and some of them are still a bargain, so get on and get bidding. Loose ball right off the draw here to start the second quarter, still available, still bouncing around. That was 17 seconds of jostling for the ball.
And that's a great forecheck there, led by Cody Jamieson.
Jamieson got the ball taken right out of his stick, slashed there by Rubish, who's a tough defender. Here's a pass, and the rush with an opportunity to set it up deep. A lot of teams like to get it deep and then bring it back up towards the top. Robert Church beats it over to Shatler. Over the near side, played here by McIntosh. Keenan double teamed and wrestled to the floor, and a penalty coming up here. I'm going to assume this is for holding. Luke Magnan heading to the box. I think they were going to let him away with it a little bit and then just kept going.
And these penalties are going to drive a coach nuts. Behind the play's already done. Both of them are on the ground here. We'll see. That's a good battle right there. Both of them go to the ground.
It was the pin, if you will.
And Magnan continues to hold on him. And Magnan's a great defender, a smart defender. He's a guy that plays tough and toes the line. There he just crosses it too much. You can't give Saskatchewan more and more chances on the power play.
Matthews swings it over. Shot. Hill got a piece of that. And it's going to be a ball up for grabs. Brad Gillies trying to get it. Still hanging in there, and then it's swiped away by Matthews. Does it all. Some guys would have went right to the bench, and got a defensive player out there. He hung in there, and he's got the ball again here on the power play, leading by 4. Matthews back and forth. Moves it back, and a shot way up in the air off the shot from Church.
Down here, Warren, down here.
Warren Hill, he has been busy already. 19 shots faced. Church to Matthews to Keenan. Matthews again. Here's Robert Church now. He'll pick up the ball as it comes out of the corner. Church sliding in a little bit. Matthews, backhand feed, another backhand pass, and a bounce shot.
Beautiful rotation.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful rotation by this kill, and there we go. Ben McIntosh gonna get an unsportsmanlike for not giving enough space here, I think. Let's listen in.
Saskatchewan, minor penalty, delay a game.
Yeah, sorry, delay a game, I should say, not an unsportsmanlike. Got to give the man a little more room when you're moving the ball up the floor when they blow it in, and Tyler Branch said, nuh-uh, back up, and he didn't, so he's going to sit down.
4-on-4 lacrosse here for a little bit, and Halifax will end up with a brief power play. Here's Ryan Benesh. Benesh, there's the pass intended for Keel. We have a player down, and the play is whistled down. That looks like Mike Messenger.
And if you're a Saskatchewan Rush fan or a fan of the game of lacrosse, you don't want to see something like that. So a guy like Mike Messenger, we'll see, just blows a tire there. Looked like he grabs his hamstring, and the way he's gingerly walking off, hopefully it's a little bit of a stinger, but like I said, he's staying on the bench, so hopefully he's all right, but he is one tough customer.
4-0 here for the Rush as they get the ball and control it here. It's Matthews. It's 4-on-4 right now. Schaller going to the top of the crease looking for the pass. It's going to be Halifax ball. Looking for the first goal of the game. Graham Hossack. Hossack coming in with a 2-on-1. Hossack comes in, shoots, what a save! Rebound! He scores! Graham Hossack denied once but not twice. And the Thunderbirds close that gap to 4-1.
You cannot stop Graham Hossack. You can only hope to contain him. You see him up transition, sees the man coming off the bench, gets it back, gets denied, but picks up his own rebound and puts it in the back of the net. Are you kidding me, Cyborg? This guy, it is unbelievable how well of a rounded player he has become. He does it on defense. He does it in transition. If they teach this guy to play offense, he might not even get off the floor.
He's doing a little bit of everything this year for Halifax. There's no question about that. That's a big goal. That ends the run that the Rush were on, although they hadn't scored in a little bit. But it's 4-1 now. And Halifax will go on a power play here coming up here in a few seconds. Meantime, the Rush with the ball. Trying to get that one back. Church being bothered here by Campbell. Church looks and shoots, and that goes wide. And it's going to be about a minute. So kind of like a half power play here for the home team.
See what they can do.
Hossack gets the ball to Ryan Benesh, the veteran. Moves it over to Cody Jamieson, back to Benesh. Jamieson will play the top. Kehoe with some movement. Jamieson's over. Kehoe goes in, shoots. Nice save, Evan Kirk. Perhaps his toughest save of the night.
Yeah, that was an absolute beauty by Kirk.
Good play by Benesh just to bat that back to allow Colton Armstrong to grab it.
Good job. They recognize that that play usually goes to Cody Jamieson where he takes that shot on the offside. Instead, they find Kehoe in the middle.
Halifax is Jamieson, shoots and a save. Evan Kirk rebound. Full 30 here for the Thunderbirds. 12 seconds left in their power play. Jamieson puts it over to the shooter position. Shot, a sidearm shot blocked. And it's Benesh. Benesh, he gets it across to the top. There's a chance. Jackson. Kyle Jackson into the corner. For Clark Peterson, it's back to 5-on-5 lacrosse. From way out, Armstrong follows up. He goes to the net. He shoots it, a save by Evan Kirk. Armstrong again. Colton Armstrong, just a couple seasons ago, playing junior C lacrosse, and some great chances there.
That's remarkable what he's been able to do in such a short period of time, but no reset there as he took the shot behind goal line extended. That's why you didn't see the clock reset.
Backhand feed, shot, oh, big stop, Warren Hill. Loose ball taken here by the Thunderbirds. Here they come, moving it in. Brandon Robinson.
Another pair of brothers, Brandon Robinson playing for the Thunderbirds and Justin Robinson, the rookie for the Rush.
It's a family affair here tonight in Halifax. Shot, Kirk. He makes the stop. The ball played here by Matt Hossack. From just outside of Port Perry, Ontario. Scugog Island is where the family farm is. Ball coming over. Church with a shot on goal. Warren Hill saw that one all the way, feeds it ahead. Thompson looks to track it down. Gets a hand here. Eric Fennell helping out there. That allows Thompson to get the ball here. Bounces it over.
That's the stuff Fennell would do. He's not a guy that's going to always fill the score sheet, but he does the little things like win battles like that.
Fennell. Now it ends up in the far corner for Clark Peterson. Peterson up against Kyle Rubich. Benesh shoots and a save. Evan Kirk now a little busier than he was.
Still, though, most of these shots are coming from up top and the outside. Halifax has to find a way to get some different looks.
Messenger back out there, so that's a good sign. Ball taken, however, by Ben McIntosh. Halifax had a brief chance to grab it. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Church, McIntosh, swim move, heads to the net, dives, no goal. In the crease, did his best, but no goal. It's waved off. It is 4-1 Rush leading. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. And welcome back to Halifax, Nova Scotia. We're going to go downstairs to the floor level and join Dana Jackson with head coach Derek Keenan of the Rush. Dana?
Thanks, guys. What's been able, your offense so great against this powerful defense, what's been able to work for them?
I think we're just doing a real good job fighting for space in the middle and getting good looks and playing hard in the dirty areas. Doing a pretty good job pushing the ball up the floor as well. Pretty good pace to this game both ways.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
So it was good chatting with Derek Keenan. We had a good chat with him this morning. And of course, he wanted to focus a little bit more on some of the other family connections, but certainly, he's obviously pretty proud of his young lad as well. And he's got a goal here tonight. That's Ryan Keenan.
Yeah, Ryan Keenan. The thing too with them is obviously here, he's coaching his son in the National Lacrosse League, but as we learned and many people know, pretty much from the beginning, he has been his coach. And a lot of these guys, not just on these two teams, but throughout the National Lacrosse League, that Whitby minor program just churns out NLLers.
He has produced a lot of players. There's no question about that. Halifax with it. They're down 4-1 here in the nest tonight. A solid crowd here tonight. They want to get into this one a little more, though, and a goal will do that in a hurry. Here's Ryan Benesh, nifty pass. There, a little tuck, no, unable to finish it off was Stephen Keogh. Matt Hosick with it. Hosick. He told us earlier today he actually had to get Graham the odd time to play catch out on the farm. He had to push him the odd time. Graham had to push him to get into the gym the odd time, so a good combination. Yeah, they used to whip the balls at each other, which left a few marks apparently. Here's a chance here as Graham Hosick will go down. Hosick shoots and gets hit, and he's got that wild sort of sidearm underneath shot there, Pat, that he can fire off pretty good.
Yeah, on the Strip podcast, Christian Delbianco actually said it's easily the hardest shot to read in the National Lacrosse League. Just such an odd release, especially when he goes underhand like that.
Rush with it here, up by 3 with 7:18 to go here in the half. There's a sidearm shot. Shadler fires it wide, comes to Keenan. Keenan with the feet in behind the net, but again, some good defense there by Halifax, not allowing really anything of any sort of quality there by the Rush. Here's a pass, Campbell, right there to Cody Jamieson, who got a shot right on net, and a save by Kirk. Rush getting it right back, though. That was quick. They're right back on the offense. Justin Robinson. Shadler over here to McIntosh. Being forced out in front. Pass no good. A little interference there. Brandon Robinson struggling to get back onto his feet, but he's joining in on the play right now. James Barkley, he's got it. He'll pass it off. 20 seconds, so lots of time left on the shot clock. Comes to Jamieson. Jamieson rolls away from one check. Now he'll try and roll away from another one. Got an open man. Oh, he had Robinson. He's hit hard into the corner glass. Stays with it. He's double teamed right now. The shot clock's just going to come to an end, and it's going to be Rush ball.
Heads up play by Cornwall. They're recognizing not much time left on the clock. Just box your man out. Allow that shot clock to just expire and not try to get stripped when you pick up that ball behind GLE.
Here's an opportunity, and a shot going high as a result of some pressure, I think, by the Thunderbirds, who have the ball and they'll head down. It's Thompson. Thompson getting it in for Hosick, who's got the only goal so far here for Halifax. Rush steal it. Shot coming, they score! Keenan with his second here. Beats Ward Hill, and it's 5-1 Rush.
Keenan second, it's a beauty, but how about this feed from the mailman? Mark Matthews, almost the full length of the floor, just airmails this one right in the back pocket of Ryan Keenan. Boom, Yabo converts with a beautiful shot. Just creates enough separation on Brad Gillies, and we'll see it one more time just because it's so nice.
That could be one of the longest assists this year for sure.
That didn't come from a goaltender? Absolutely.
Yeah, that didn't come from a goalie. So 5-1, a great start to this one here for the visitors, coming off a win at home. Thunderbirds coming off a bye week. Here's Kyle Jackson. Jackson, who's living full-time here in Halifax, doing a lot of work away from the rink, helping promote the Thunderbirds and the NLL. Keogh on front, shot! Oh, what a stop, Kirk, and comes right back, and Halifax will get the ball back in.
And that's why you let Graham Hossack stay on the floor, but this is a beautiful save by Ryan Kirk. Oh, Evan Kirk, great job with the butt end of his stick.
Using all the gear. Jackson over to the far side. Comes back his way. Out in front with a shot by Benesh as he grabbed the ball, spun and fired and just missed. It is 5-1. The Rush with just under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. There's the long pass up the floor. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. Highlights and analysis of the first half and a look around the league, all coming up at the half. NLL at the half, and more on those great jerseys as well. We get a chance to talk about those, where the proceeds are going. Thunderbirds in blue tonight. Sharp looking jerseys. And it's great to see a lot of members of the military here tonight, whether it be the Army, the Navy is huge here in Halifax, probably the bigger of the forces here for sure. All right, 5-1 for the Rush. We'll see if Halifax can get it going here late in the half. Kyle Jackson moves it over, Shanks with a shot. Ends up here, picked up. Keogh, Shanks down towards the crease. Peterson, and Peterson to Kyle Jackson. Benesh with it. Ryan Benesh with a nifty pass and a quick stick, and trying to dive and stay out of the crease all the same time was Peterson. That would have been a beauty. In the meantime, back for it here is James Barkley. The Toronto native getting it ahead for Jake Withers.
Good Mimico boy.
Yeah, another lacrosse factory back in Ontario. Shot coming. Shanahan will be happy for the Minico plug. Ryan Shanahan. Here is a bit of a backhand feed by James. Another great pass and a shot again. Another great opportunity. Halifax just coming close but can't cash in. Rush in transition. Couple passes and Warren Hill slides over. He makes a nice play there to prevent a good scoring chance again. Keenan looking to get away from his check here. Having a pretty good night offensively already is Ryan Keenan. Matt Hossack with it. Shot from way out and no issues there for Warren Hill. Gets it to Withers. And Withers passes the ball ahead here to Trevor Smith. With just over 3 minutes to go, and a steal here by the Rush. As they'll come in and shoot, they score! Dilks, Ryan Dilks, and it's 6-1 Rush.
How about the season, the comeback season Ryan Dilks is having? And it's plays like that. The guy is a human cause turnover machine. We'll see it right here. Gets the ball and just very unassuming, just puts that one through the wickets. But leading up to that play, just strips Trevor Smith with relative ease, goes down the other end, and Derek Keenan and this coaching staff couldn't be happier to hear that they got Ryan Dilks back after missing him all last season.
He has helped the Rush get out here now to a 6-1 lead. Just the one goal in the first half so far here for a team that started the season definitely scoring in bunches. Real good effort there and a real hard battle for that ball off the draw right in front of the two benches. Play whistle down. Look at Cody Jamieson here. He'll get in on the conversation. Captain here of the Thunderbirds. All right, so a power play here. Much needed power play perhaps, Pat, for the T-Birds.
Absolutely. This offense, we'll see the illegal cross check right there. Yeah, no doubt Jake Withers gets popped right in the face there. The official's going to call that, 10 times out of 10.
Jamieson starts the power play. Jamieson to Benesh. Benesh moves it over to the far side. Shot is saved by Evan Kirk. Rebound. And grabbing the ball is Kyle Rubish, and now stealing is Keogh. Keogh with a good play. Fans like that. And the power play will continue. Keogh fakes. Now Jamieson. Not like him to not be able to grab that, and a shorthanded breakaway here for the Rush. Couple fakes, and they score. A shorthanded goal by Corbeil. And 7-1, the Rush out in front.
The Rush are rolling right now, and it's not too often you see Cody Jamieson make a mistake like this, just drops the ball. But again, you see Dilks push the ball forward, and one of the best transition players in the game, Chris Corbeil, the captain, making no mistake on the breakaway. Throws that one far side. 6-goal lead for the Rush.
Big goal there too, Chris Corbeil. As we said off the top, his mother's side of the family coming from Nova Scotia. He came here pretty much every summer as a kid, sort of his home away from home. And to get one like that, shorthanded, got to feel pretty good. Benesh from way out, and a save. Kirk, heavy shot. Benesh is out in front all alone waiting for, but the whistle goes. Another penalty coming up with 2:01 left here. And what has not been a good opening two quarters for the Halifax Thunderbirds. No one's admitting guilt on this one, Pat. No one's coming over. Someone's going to get the gate.
Calling 74, 2 minutes, illegal cross check.
Going to be Thompson, who's sitting down, somehow lost his helmet there.
He's like, how did I lose my helmet? I'm the one getting the penalty.
Yeah, a couple of healthy cross checks in the
got his
back
money's
net.
worth. So great opportunity, 5-on-3. Ryan Benesh, Jamieson shoots. The ball goes up and out of play. Comes right back in play. But off Halifax.
Saskatchewan getting the ball there.
Nice feed and a shot coming. A little high by Corbeil, looking for another one. Now Graham Hossick with it. Hossick moves it up to Jamieson. Jamieson, there's the pass. Peterson couldn't handle it. It's almost like Thunderbirds are gripping the sticks a little too tight tonight at times. At the top, Benesh, down to Jamieson. Jamieson to Benesh, across, fake, shot, scores! Austin Shanks on the power play. That's good timing too, because they'll continue on the power play. That was a 5-on-3.
Huge timing, almost as big as this fake from Austin Shanks. The manager of the Dangle Factory, Austin Shanks, throws a huge fake. We'll get it back up top here. And just shakes Kirky right out of his boots, and he could have lobbed that right into the net. That was a beautiful goal by Austin Shanks.
So now there's 1:19 left in the Thompson penalty.
That's what you said. It's perfect timing because they're going to stay on this power play.
You always want to get one on the first half if you can, and they did. And here's Ryan Benesh, one of the best all-time scorers in NLL history. Jamieson moves it over. Shanks scores again! Back-to-back for Austin Shanks.
Don't let Austin Shanks get hot, folks. When 33's feeling himself, he will shoot the lights out, and that's what he's doing here at the Nest on the power play. Back-to-back Peeper goals. Little fake flip, gets it over to Jamieson. Jamieson over to Shanks again. Couple of beauty fakes, puts in the back of the net, and he is just absolutely fired up and gets this building rocking.
Withers here against Thompson on the draw, and that's taken here by Scott Campbell. Another win here by Withers, closing in on 700 career face-off wins in just a couple years and a bit. Shot from way out, and Kirk has been solid all night long from those shots from a distance. And the Rush come up with it. Shanks 2 in a row, both power play markers. Here comes Jeremy Thompson. And Thompson flips the ball up, and it's played by Church. Robert Church. Whistle goes with just under 20 seconds left here in the half.
Derek Keenan and Jeff McComb, the offensive coordinator of this Rush team, screaming for a timeout, begging one of these officials to call a timeout. They get it finally, but there's 19 seconds left on the clock. But even more dire for them, only 12 seconds left on the shot clock. I was looking at the bench, Pete, probably for about 6 or 7, trying to get a timeout, trying to get someone on the floor to call a timeout, and it just didn't come. So instead, they finally get the timeout with just 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
Well, the crowd had just really got into this one after those 2 goals here, these 2 quick ones. So Scotiabank Center was loud for sure at that particular point. Let's take a look, Pat, at the 2 by Shanks.
Yeah, 2 very similar goals. This time the feed comes across, and just a massive fake. Corbeil bites, Kirk bites, and this one here just as nice. Jamieson flips it over, and then 2 fakes this time. Kirk doesn't bite that time, but the ball placement was so perfect as he just kissed the inside of the bar and put it home.
The Rush now with their play made and all set. We'll see if they can execute. Church gets the ball in. Only a second left on the shot clock, and that will do it. And then we'll see if Halifax will do the same. Micah Kersey gets his timeout called a little quicker. He'll come up with a play.
Not much time with just 6.7 seconds, but obviously with those last 2 power plays we saw, clearly the way Austin Shanks is shooting and faking, 6.7 seconds is more than enough time. This team, I don't know what it is, Pete. Despite them being 6-1, I don't know if we've seen them play a full 60 minutes of lacrosse. In the games that we saw them come out real hot, they fizzled out near the end, or they kind of take the foot off the gas in the middle frame. We've seen them last couple of weeks now, slow start and start to pick up steam. When they play a full 60, when we see them play a full 60, I mean, it's hard to argue that this isn't the best or one of the best teams in the league. It's just that consistency from start to finish has been a real weakness of this Thunderbirds team, and it's hurt them here tonight.
It has. You know, that being said, we saw in Toronto a couple weeks ago, they left a little too late that night, but yeah, they can get on a run, no doubt, in that second half, and those 2 goals are going to go a long way. Here comes Cody Jamieson running it in. Vaness shoots, just missed, went a bit high with it. Jamieson at the buzzer, just couldn't get the shot away on time, but Halifax coming very close to making this a 3-goal game. But in the meantime, as we head into the half, Kyle Jackson and the Thunderbirds are down by 4, 7-4 right now after the half. Well, Evan Kirk, a little busier shots, now 29-27 in favor of Halifax. And as Most of the players take a break. We're going to hang out and speak with Jake Withers. Dana?
Thanks so much. Jake, your 700th career faceoff win in just 3 seasons. How does that sound?
It sounds good. You know, that's just a credit to my teammates that I played for over the past 3 years. They put me in positions to win faceoffs and been able to get my team possession quite a few times in the past few years. So I hope I can continue to do that.
What needs to happen here in the second half to get momentum on offense and stop them on defense?
We just got to stick to our game plan. I think we kind of got run around there, kind of made it a track meet in that first half, and it's something that kind of plays into their game plan. So just back to the basics, trust our training, and I think we'll be all right.
Thanks so much. I just want to wish you a happy, very belated birthday.
Thank you very much.
Guys.
Yeah, Jake had a birthday earlier this week, and congratulations on that milestone. We're back. NLL at the half is coming up next. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. Well, welcome back to Halifax, and it's 7-3 Rush here at the half, and a big night here tonight in Halifax for sure, as they're wearing special military-themed jerseys. Both teams are sporting tonight. As a matter of fact, these jerseys will be auctioned off tonight with proceeds going to Vets Canada. Veterans Emergency Transition Services is a federally registered nonprofit charity that began in 2010 when Jim Lowther, a veteran himself, realized that there were veterans slipping through the cracks. Vets Canada is pretty much a volunteer-based with a network committed to helping homelessness and at-risk veterans get back into civilian life. The Thunderbirds are proud to support a great organization like Vets Canada. Fans bidding on these jerseys, it's still open, so get out there and get online and put in a bid, and it'll be open throughout the game. You can get your bid in at your favorite player's jersey at halifaxthunderbirds.com/auction. So just a great looking jersey, and I think they've raised over $15,000 already here, Pat. And there's a look at Graham Hosick, one of the many family members playing here tonight. It's a bit of a family affair for sure with the Hosick brothers. And we'll talk a little bit more about some other family connections. I know Dana's standing by as well, but lots of connections here tonight.
A ton of connections, obviously, like we mentioned, the Hosicks, which we'll learn a little more with Dana, the Cornwall brothers as well, with the Saskatchewan. And we briefly touched on with Brandon Robinson getting activated here tonight. His younger brother, Justin Robinson, a rookie for Saskatchewan. Those two from Pickering, Ontario. So a family affair on Family Day in Ontario, but right. Heritage Day here in Nova Scotia.
Right, and the Hosicks, at least Graham, has contributed offensively already. Yeah. Ryan Keenan with that connection as well, big part of this game so far.
Yeah, you know what? Both Hosicks have been great. Graham doing a great job scoring in transition, playing strong defense, but Matt Hosick as well, he kind of goes under the rug a little bit because Big Brother is so good, but Matt Hosick, very unassuming, and one of a key pieces on obviously a strong defense that has been able to keep Halifax to 3 goals.
All right, let's talk more about the Hosicks. We got Dana Jackson standing by, who's got this story for us. Dana?
Yes, guys. So I did try to get something out of the boys, but they're very quiet. They're very humble, so I had to speak to their mom. She let me know growing up they would have chin-up contests. They grew up on a farm like you guys spoke about. They'd have hay barrels, and they would try and do chin-ups with the hay barrels, and Matt told us that he won a lot. He thinks because he's lighter. Graham did not attest to that, so guys, it was great chatting with both of them early today, and like you said, a family affair, lots of brotherly connections. The Cornwells wanted to be part of history here. They thought we were part of history, but then they found out there has been a game where there were 4 siblings involved in the game, so guys, we'll have to go for it next year.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you, Dana. And a big part of the Saskatchewan Rush family, especially in the first few years that they were in Saskatchewan, and anyone watching out in Saskatoon or Regina or wherever the case may be will remember the name Casey Gearin. Casey was a big part of the Rush family. Casey was a first cousin of mine, so a big part of my family as well. We lost Casey just over a year ago. He had a rare lung disease that he battled. He would go up into the broadcast booth as the color analyst with the Rush, with sneaking out of the hospital basically when he when he, shouldn't have been, to do some of those big games for Saskatchewan. And there's a look at Casey there. Certainly, I know they miss him in Saskatchewan, and we certainly miss him back in Peterborough as well. You didn't officially get to meet Casey, but you talked online with him a lot, and you felt like you knew him.
Absolutely. He's one of those guys that, everyone knew who he was online in the lacrosse community, a very vocal voice, and he's a guy that, like you said, he was a heart and soul guy in Saskatchewan, really growing the roots of the game of lacrosse. Peterborough as well, very loved, but overall in the lacrosse community here in Canada, he's greatly missed, and although he's gone, his legend does live on here today.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you, Pat. We're going to take a break. Coming up, we're going to show you some highlights of that first half as the NLL at the half continues. Coming up from Halifax right after this on BR Live. Welcome back to Nova Scotia. Pete Dalliday, Pat Gregoire, and Dana Jackson with you here tonight as the Thunderbirds are trailing 7-3 after the first half. Let's take a look at some of the highlights. A good start for the Rush tonight.
A good start indeed, and it was Ben McIntosh, one of our players to watch. Beautiful goal by him. That was his second of the game, and the Rush really were rolling. We saw them score in transition. We see a power play goal here as well. We talked about how we haven't seen the explosive offense. Well, this offense finally exploded with 7 goals on the first half, or in the first half, I should say. Here's one of those transition markers. Marty Dinsdale finds the back of the net. But now you start to see here, obviously, a great transition goal, an individual effort from Graham Hossick. We saw that pushback from Halifax, but then again, boom, another quick transition goal, a beautiful feed from Mark Matthews, but then Ryan Dilks, another transition goal. So it's not just the offense that's contributing for the Rush, it's also in transition, and they're playing real well, but we'll see another turnover, another transition goal. So for me, Halifax, obviously, you want to press the tempo, you want to play with some urgency, as you saw here with Austin Shank scoring 2 beautiful goals on the power play. You want to play urgent, but you don't want to play panicked. And you even said it, Pete, and you said it so perfectly. It just seemed like some of these Thunderbirds were just gripping the stick way too hard.
Yeah, just a little bit perhaps, but loosened up a little bit on those power play goals as we take a look at some of the numbers. And the shots are very close. At one point, it was a lot of good quality shots by the Rush.
Exactly. The Bench MGM first half stats, you see it there. You see those stats, and really, it's not indicative of how the pace has gone. So the Thunderbirds got to keep their heads up high. They know they're in this.
All right, we will be back. It's the Rush ahead of Halifax. You're watching it live on BR Live. NLL on BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. And by Alterna Bank, Canada's end-to-end digital bank. Alterna puts the good in banking. Visit alternabank.ca to learn more. All set here for the second half. The Rush right there leading by a score of 7-3 here in Halifax tonight. Thompson against Jake Withers on this draw to get the second half underway. Withers looking to add to his totals, over 700 face-off wins, just a couple of years here, and this one is still available. Withers loves to get right in there and try and track it down himself if need be. Gonna have to do it without a stick. Not gonna happen this time, unless he goes back in there, grabs a stick, and eventually grabs this ball. Must be broken though, Pat.
Still no possession too.
Oh, now he's got it. He gives it a swipe, and that's one of the reasons right there. He never did get it, but one of the reasons why he wins so many faceoffs.
Absolutely. And these two, Thompson and Withers, have had some great battles in the National Lacrosse League in the summer, Major Series Lacrosse, but no doubt right now, Withers is winning the battle with 10 face-off wins of 12.
Rush with a shot, hit a body on its way to the net and went wide of Warren Hill's goal, and Halifax, they get it on the chip away, up the floor. And a good defensive play coming back to break it up was Travis Cornwell. But Halifax getting the ball back. Binesh double teamed. He gets slammed into the end wall. And the Rush get possession.
That's a tough thing with this Saskatchewan Rush defense. If you put yourself in a vulnerable position, they're going to double you right away. And they are a suffocating defense when they throw those doubles.
Jeff Schattler coming towards the top, takes the shot, and that's a big stop by Warren Hill. Maybe not the most difficult save. It was still tricky, but just large and keeping it to 7-3 early here.
They're going to really have to pull down the fort here in this second half. They're going to have to elevate their game. They've been good, but they need to be even better.
Shanks, he's got 2 of the 3 as he rolls to get away. Keogh looking to get open, comes towards the top, and here's Keogh, Stephen Keogh. We've seen him with some large second halves this season, Pat.
Yeah, and he's going to need to be big.
He's a big third, fourth quarter guy. Here's Holden Garland. Brother Hunter, pretty good hockey player, played in the OHL, had a great career in the Ontario Hockey League. Matthews with it. Matthews swings it over, shot! Cut a piece of the iron, I thought, but
I think it was Luke Bagnan.
Hit him?
Yep.
Well, Luke made the save. We've seen him make a couple saves this year.
Oh, he's the guy that always sacrifices his body. He's got a big body. He's got a low center of gravity. Tough to knock off the ball, but also uses it to make some saves, as we've seen this season.
Here's Peterson. Peterson behind the net. The dive play, trying to shovel it in as Jackson. We've seen him do that before. And on opening night, as a matter of fact, he had a beauty.
And that just shows you the smart goaltender that Evan Kirk is. He saw Jackson behind the net. He knew that dunk was coming. He almost picked that ball off.
Schattler over to Church. Now back here on the near side. Robinson passes over to the right shooter side of the floor. Now picked up by Smith. Here they come. Colton Armstrong. Armstrong shooting and fired it wide. Tried to kind of fool Kirk. Looked like he was going over the shoulder and then brought it back. Corbeil coming in, and that is handled Hill.
Great job by Smith there to pick up that loose ball and keep his feet out of the crease. But how about the play of Brandon Robinson getting into the lineup for the first time this season, and he's done a great job. He's a guy that can play offense, defense, mainly D right now, but doing a good job pushing the ball in transition.
Shanks has it popped loose, and the Rush get control of it. Justin Robinson on a partial break. He comes in, fakes, shoots, he scores! Justin Robinson. That makes it 8-3 Saskatchewan.
As we just finished talking about Big Brother, Brandon Robinson, well, it's Justin Robinson. We'll see. That's that save on that dunk attempt. But you see here, Justin Robinson, the pride of Pickering, Ontario, scores his first National Lacrosse League goal. A West Durham minor lacrosse alum. I hope someone grabbed him that ball, because that is a special moment for him, and I know Mom and Dad are in the building watching Big and Little Brother today.
Yeah, big moment for sure. You never forget your first goal in the pros, or any level for that matter, but you'll remember that one.
They've got a third Robinson. Dylan Robinson plays in the Ontario Hockey League for the Ottawa 67, so he's quite the lacrosse player as well. Keep your eyes on him.
Another one coming. Withers can't grab that one. Matthews, quick pass. And a shot coming there. Church, he had some pressure on him. Couldn't get it the way he was hoping. Here's Luke Magnan. Magnan gets the ball into the stick of Austin Shanks. He finds Binesh over the top, but blocked there by Rubish. Loose ball taken by Halifax. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And Fennell attempting the shot there and couldn't get it on net, and the Rush get it back here. Garland with it. Trying to swipe it out of there was Brad Gillies. Now Keenan. Keenan fakes a pass. Now he does move the ball over to the far side. Church gets it in a little deeper. Looks to set a pick. He rolls off it. Here comes Keenan. He scores! His third of the night. A hat trick there for Ryan Keenan. Great shot.
It's an absolute laser from Keenan. That's goal number 3 to give the Rush a 6-goal lead. Marty Dinsdale just backs up his man, finds Keenan on the far side. And you see here, the Whitby, Ontario boy fires that one home, and it looks like we're gonna have a goalie change as Warren Hill, not sure if his night's done or if it's gonna be a breather, but Pete Dubinsky is gonna pop in the cage here for the Halifax Thunderbirds.
And that is rare for sure. I think that might be the first time.
This is the first time we've seen him.
Very capable, but Warren Hill has played so well. In the first 7 games of the season, there hasn't been a need, so Hill gets a break. We'll take one too. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. Well, next weekend, the NLL game of the week is right here in Halifax as the Thunderbirds host division rivals, the Toronto Rock. They welcome them here to the Scotiabank Centre. Catch all the action on BR Live, Twitter and Facebook. Facebook starting at 6 o'clock. It's a good way to start the weekend on a Friday night here in Nova Scotia. That should be a good one. You know, Toronto with a big win over Halifax 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
but
and if Halifax loses here, and if Toronto beats Vancouver, that really shakes things up in that North Division. Buffalo playing tonight as well, so we could have an unbelievable race for that division down the stretch.
Right now, it's a big hole for the Halifax team here to try and dig themselves out of. They do have time. There's lots of time left. Here they come now. Sometimes a goalie change can spark a team. See if it does. Clark Peterson, Austin Shanks. And they're going to pull the goaltender here. They're just making a switch. Shanks. 3 runners for Halifax. Peterson tries to find Shanks. And Bensky will head back. Ball played up here by Corbeil. There's the pass, shot, and they score. Halifax continuing to build on the lead.
And although it's not a defender who scores, it's another transition marker. This time, it's Bobby Church, bar down Bobby, as our friend Jake Elliott likes to call him. You see here, starts with the defender, Corbeil, one of the best transition players in the game, finds him off the bench, boom. Dubinsky gets a little bit of a piece here, not enough, obviously, as Church finds the back of the net, and it's a 10-3 lead. Things just continue to snowball effect here in a negative way for Halifax.
Withers and Thompson again. This is quite the fight for the face-off, and look at that pile. I think I'd want to be on the bottom of that one. Thompson ended up. Here's Jamieson in the meantime. Over to Shanks. Shanks double teamed. Garland all over him, as is Dilks. Eventually knocked down right into the crease. Rush will come up the other way, up by 7. Here on the Thunderbirds.
I believe that it's the biggest lead of the game so far.
Keenan. McIntosh. Lots of movement, everyone getting a touch here for the Rush. Keenan has it again. There's a nice pass and a shot. And is a roll in. No, Dubinsky was there. Tough to come in mid-game, but you know, backup goaltenders.
This is a guy that spent a lot of time with Saskatchewan as their practice roster goalie, a little bit of backup. So this team knows him, no doubt. So, but at the same time, he knows the shooter's tendencies as well. This is his first National Lacrosse League action. He's been on the bench before. He's dressed, obviously, but this is the first time we've seen him in between the pipes.
Fennell coming in. He shoots, and a save by Evan Kirk. Full 30 here for the Thunderbirds. They picked up the rebound. Clark Peterson. Here comes Benesh. Decides not to shoot. lost the ball, gets knocked down, needs a hand, and Cody Jamieson grabs that ball. Peterson out in front, shot! Oh, Kirk gets a piece with the left arm, denying Benesh. Another reset here, so we got a tired rush defense, unable to make a change. We'll see if Halifax can take advantage. Peterson to the top, a shot, and another nice save by Evan Kirk. Gets down low to make that one.
Again, another great outside shot. Stopped by Kirk. But Halifax has to do a much better job trying to get to the middle. Flogging these outside shots the way that Kirk's seeing the ball tonight, it's just not going to work.
Robinson, McIntosh, Schattler going one-on-one with a swim move. Now he's going to try a different route. Tried to feed it in to Robinson. Couldn't get it to him. Thunderbirds in transition. Ball played by Smith. He drops it. Ryan Benesh right back out there. Swoops it down low. And here's a chance. Vanel hits the sidebar, hits the post. Reset. Benesh tried a nifty one. Comes to Austin Shanks. Shanks gets a little room as Withers set him a little screen. Withers was off his shoulder onto the goaltender Kirk, and an easy stop there. Rush quickly down to the Halifax zone. Quick stick, they score. Church was right there. He made no mistake, and it's 11-3 Rush.
Another one in transition where we see these offensive players streak out onto the floor. But we'll start things off here. Fennell with a great chance. He gets to the middle, but he hits the post, and the ball goes down the other way. Mark Matthews, what do you guess? Another assist. Far too easy for him. Right on the back pipe. Nothing really that the Halifax defenders can do. Hossack decides to slide. Brandon Robinson kind of left in no man's land, not too sure where to go either.
Draw one here by the Rush. Jeff Cornwall. Now it's Robinson with it. Connor Robinson. Schattler, Robinson. Halfway through the shot clock, 15 seconds left in it. Comes over here to Schattler again. 11-3 Rush. In command of this one. Looking for another one. Goes wide and comes all the way back towards center floor, and Robinson just unloads it, just wants to get rid of it. And the Thunderbirds will get it, trying to chip away. Down by 8. Shanks down to Jamieson. Jamieson eyes up the situation, comes over, down low. And Benesh was down on the turf and couldn't get at it. And here come the Rush looking for more. 3-on-2. Trying to track it down is Matt Hossack. Hossack, he worked over here. Does a good job. Gets the ball into the stick here on the near side of Matthews. Nice pass. Shot. It's a post. Rolls in. They score. 12-3 now for Saskatchewan.
Benny Mac, have yourself a night, brother. Another goal for McIntosh, and we almost saw him score another one. Mark Matthews again finding him in the middle. Ben McIntosh so good at those backdoor cuts. Dubinsky just zero chance on that one. That one actually went off the pipe.
Yep.
And off his back foot.
Tough one.
Tough one indeed. But Mark Matthews, what an evening he's having as well. I believe he's credited with 4 assists on the night, but I think he's got to have more than that. I just checked the game sheet.
Well, he can be very productive in different ways. There's nights where he just goes about it like that, and there's nights where he'll score 4 or 5 and be a big shooter, but man, he can pass with the best of them.
Absolutely. I mean, you had the pleasure of watching him quite a bit in Peterborough this summer, and what he was able to bring a different dynamic to that already studded offense was quite remarkable.
How do you defend that? I don't know. You just never know what he's going to do. One of those players, right? As it's taken here by Brad Gillies. Gillies in for Clark Peterson. Peterson out in front, shot. Graham Hossack with a nice play. Had a man on him. He was diving and took the shot. And now we have
over and back.
Yeah, Dubinsky was heading to the bench, but it is 12-3, all Rush here tonight. And we will be back. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. All right, well, the Toronto Rock are not here until Friday, but that doesn't mean we didn't have a little rock, paper, scissors action in the building tonight. Let's take a peek here. There's the challenge for a ball, and Eric Fennell. Well, round 3. There we go. Paper wins.
Love to see that. Love to see that indeed. And Fennell would have went there. He's a guy that I think he would have, if he would have won fair and square, he would have kept that ball. He's a competitor. He's an absolute competitor.
He may have, but the kid won fair and square. All right, Shanks gets the ball down, and he'll get it to Clark Peterson. Peterson over Benesh, and the Rush getting a stick on that. And that's going to go Rush way. Everything's sort of going their way here tonight.
We talked about it. We said it's just too much offensive power, too much transition power to not see the Rush explode here. And you combine that with not too strong of a... Oh.
Wow, look at that. Withers just knocked this stick away. Look at this. Jake Withers, magnet in there too. And eventually the clock just comes to an end. The people that sit down in that corner on that side, they've been treated this over the course of the season. Some of the bigger hits and some of the bigger sort of activity down on that one side there.
Best seat in the house, maybe?
Yeah,
I don't know.
It could be. There's Benesh. Back and forth with Jackson. Cody Jamieson is at the top. Shot, they score. Ryan Benesh, a little bouncer. That gives something for the fans in the entire building to cheer about. Not a huge celebration by the actual players. They know, hey, you know what? That's just our 4th, but it's better than giving up one.
Yeah, they know they got to chip away here. This Saskatchewan defense is no joke. So when you get a power play opportunity, you can't make a mistake, and that's exactly what Benesh does. Very casually, just a little bit of a game of catch, and that is just peak Ryan Benesh, just a little skipper that beats Kirk, and Kirk's going to want that one back, but. Like you mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, one of the best scorers, and you see Rubish not pleased with himself sitting in the box. As you know, he's one of their best penalty killers.
Yeah, sort of a double whammy there. Yeah. He's in the box serving the penalty. And big face-off win as Stephen Keogh. We'll see if he can get things going here. There's a shot by Shanks. Comes to Jamieson. Cody Jamieson, the veteran, knew there was a lot of time on the clock, and he scores! Cody Jamieson, back-to-back goals by the Thunderbirds, and who knows?
Well, this is the second time now we've seen Halifax score quick back-to-back goals. It's just been that counter punch from the Rush that has cut that pushback. You'll see here Cody Jamieson, too much time, too much space. Eric Fennell draws almost 3 guys. You'll see one pick there, drawing out another. And Austin Shanks doing a good job creating some space for him as well. And Cody Jamieson, you give him that much time and space, he is going to find the back of the net, no doubt.
Well, just the way he was able to sort of move that ball. Guys like you and I, Pat, would have just went for that one, one corner on the left. He's able to pull it back and put it over the other's shoulder.
Yeah, that's a Patton and Cody Jamieson shot.
In fact, we wouldn't have even kept it staying in the building probably, but he is so accurate, whether it's straight on or whether he's having to twist just a bit. Here's Peterson. Peterson heading to the net. Halifax looking to build on some momentum. They score! Benesh with another one. We got ourselves a game here all of a sudden.
That's 3 in a row. 2 coming from Benesh, and a relatively quiet night for the veteran. And again, just very stoic on the bench. He knows there's a lot of work to be done, but great ball movement. Peterson takes it to the rack, sees the slide coming, and that is why CP24 is one of the smartest young players in this game. Sees the slide coming and fires the ball right to Benesh. If you're a fan of the NCAA and watch the Big Red, of Cornell play. You've seen Clark Peterson pull that move off far too many times.
Ryan Benesh closing in on the great Josh Sanderson for 7th on the all-time list with goals, as Halifax will get possession off the draw. All of a sudden, it's a 12-6 lacrosse game.
Game of runs, you know it. Lacrosse is a game of runs. Let's see if Halifax can go on a big run here and close the gap.
Jameson feeds it, shot a heavy shot too on Fidel. And Evan Kirk, that's a big stop.
Huge stop, that's the next one. That's the most important one. Keep that confidence in yourself and keep the confidence in the defense going. Now we'll see what the Rush do here. Do they have that knockout punch?
Keaton having a heck of a night here tonight as they play a little Benny and the Jets after Ryan Benesh is
you love to hear it.
Starting to strike it up here. Quick stick goes up and off the glass. Good loose ball. Picked up right there by Trevor Smith. Into Colton Armstrong. Armstrong, there's the pass. And dropping it with Smith, but he gets it right back. Trevor Smith passes it over to Kyle Jackson. Halifax looking for another one. Peterson moves it over. Benesh fakes. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Benesh wants to get one away. Out in front. Jackson just couldn't reach it. He was trying to reach it, staying at the crease all at the same time. Couldn't grab it.
Right idea, just not the execution there, and that's a difficult play, not just for Jackson, but also for Benesh to try to get that pass off.
Matthews making his way, scores! Oh my goodness, what a goal right there by Mark Matthews. Highlight reel material.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna see this one not just tomorrow morning on SportsCenter, but for the rest of the week. Little swim. An unbelievable finish by Mark Matthews. Are you kidding me? Finishes it off with a truck stick as well.
One of the best we've seen this season for sure. And we're talking about how, he was sort of quietly going about a nice night and the helper department, and then he pulls off something like that.
Unbelievable. That's why he's one of the best in the game.
Withers moves it over, shooting. Oh, big stop, Kirk. That was a tough one. Penalty coming up. I think Shanks got hit right afterwards.
And that's such a back-breaking goal. Obviously, still lots of time left in this lacrosse game, but
Jameson, Shanks, he hit the crossbar. It's going to roll down towards Halifax in. That's going to be blowing down now. But yeah, that's that goal by Matthews, stopping the run.
Not just stopping the run, literally taking everyone's breath away, including myself.
Yeah.
The mailman delivers indeed.
Another penalty here to the Rush. We'll see what Halifax can do with just under 6 seconds left in the quarter. Jameson moves it over. They score! Ryan Benesh, another one. What a feed by Jameson. Benesh makes no mistake. Now that's one of the quicker power play goals you'll ever see.
It's not March Madness, but how about this inbound play to a buzzer beater? Ryan Benesh, his third of the evening. And just as we see the life ripped out of the building with a highlight reel goal from Mark Matthews in the Rush, well, Ryan Benesh just injects some life right back into the nest.
2 seconds of power play time is all that was required there. 13-7. Don't go anywhere. Things are heating up in Halifax. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on VR Live. And welcome back to Halifax, Nova Scotia. Highlights, analysis of tonight's game, and a look around the league all coming up. It's NLL post-game live after the game here tonight, and good to see fans from both teams enjoying the action. There's some students from St. Mary's right here in Halifax, I think, taking in the game. Big university town, big military town, as we've been able to celebrate tonight.
Big lacrosse town now as well, Pete. This community, this city has completely embraced the game of lacrosse. They've done it before. This team did come to Halifax. They've done a great job starting to grow the game at the grassroots level. But even the people who've just been introduced to the game or the pro game, you said it earlier in the broadcast, these guys aren't just clapping whenever. They know when to cheer, they know when to boo. They're a smart bunch.
They certainly are, and it's been fun to watch from the get-go, and we'll see what they have in store here for the fans in the fourth quarter. They win the draw. Withers with another face-off win. Here's Cody Jamieson. Jamieson up front. Hossick just missing. Graham Hossick stayed out there and almost closed the gap. Thompson, Jeremy Thompson, he's going to drop it. It's going to be played there by Garland. He's being sort of forced back towards center floor. And he'll head to the bench. Keenan will take the ball. Penalty coming up against Halifax. Not the way they wanted to start the fourth quarter. Shot, well, more of a pass and then a shot, and Dubinsky with the save, but he's going to face a pretty good power play here coming up.
Is James Barkley going to sit down? We'll see Josh Hiltz. We'll hear what he has to say with the call.
Halifax penalty number 25, 2 minutes illegal cross check.
A lot of illegal cross checks we've seen tonight. Whether it
penalty of the night tonight.
Yeah. I don't know if that was maybe the conversation that they may have had on the officials' call, but we'll see here. Yeah, just a little bit of a pop right to Jeremy Thompson's cage there.
Great ball movement there, and Ben McIntosh, he finishes it off with some beautiful passing leading up to the quick stick, and it's 14-7.
Hey Siri, show me perfect ball movement. You have got to be kidding me. Tic-tac-toe bang. And Ben McIntosh, not only does he put this ball in, he goes absolute top cheddar with this shot. You got to feel for Pete Dubinsky. Hey, you're going into this game, your team's down big. Oh, by the way, go against the best power play in the league. Wow.
Tough position to be in for sure. Just a beauty goal, and Pistol Pete didn't have much chance on that one. No. Here's Campbell coming in, scores! Scotty Campbell, a veteran, getting it on the offense. That gets the crowd right back into it. There he is.
There's no quit in this team. You absolutely can't deny that. The veteran in transition, takes it to the rack, boom, puts that one right through the legs of Evan Kirk. No quit, as I said, and it's gritty, hard-nosed veteran players, veteran leaders, like Scott Campbell, who goes right back out there for the draw team.
Yeah, he hustled right back into his position there, knowing it was a big draw coming up, and the Rush get this one. It's up for grabs, though, and it's going to be taken by Robinson. New SBC takes a bit of a tap by Luke Magnan, but now it's played by Church. In for Schattler. Back to Church. There's a feed with 5 seconds left to the far side on the shot clock. Another nice pass. Church shoots, didn't miss by a whole lot. And now the ball just throw it into the far corner. And Halifax getting a big possession here. They basically need to hold the Rush to 14 here the rest of the way, Pat, and hope for a heck of a run. I think 15 would be enough on this night. Here's Jackson. Kyle Jackson. Pass, cross. Good defense by the Rush, not allowing that to even make its way on goal. Now Here comes Saskatchewan setting it up. Just over 12:40 to go in the fourth quarter on a Saturday night here in Halifax. There's the Rush starting to get on a roll. They had a couple bye weeks and now they're back-to-back weeks. There's a shot that's stopped by Pete Dubinsky.
Yeah, you mentioned it. A lot of bye weeks. They're done for the rest of the season. They are going to play each and every single week. And it just shows you, they get 2 weeks in a row. Look how this offense has been able to gel. They are going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Well, it's a game all about timing, rhythm, and that's what Derek Keenan mentioned as well. He doesn't mind going the distance now. Back-to-back weeks from here on out. Here come the Rush looking for more. Shot and a save. Rebound. Withers will take that ball here for Halifax, and the Thunderbirds up the floor with an opportunity here. Here's a shot and a stop by Evan Kirk. Rebound up in the air. He's upset now. Rush head up the other way.
Yeah, the Rush think that there should have been a check in the crease call there. I think they might have been right. As Campbell tried to get his stick in and interfere with Rubish as he tried to catch that ball.
Here comes Church. Got a little room, passes it down deep into the far corner. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And the pass through the crease ends up here, and Halifax will get the ball along the near boards. Colton Armstrong. Armstrong passes it in. Jackson. Peterson. Keogh sets a pick. Comes back to Kyle Jackson. 11 seconds on the shot clock. Banesh over, shot by Keogh, rebound. Jackson tries to squeeze it in and past Evan Kirk, but Kirk with a stop.
Just one too many fakes there from Kyle Jackson. I think maybe one, maybe two. That third one, just too much time, and you just run out of space.
Ran out of room, he did. No more real estate to be had there as the ball played at the top here by Church. 14-8, Rush leading. Good defensive play right there as the ball's stolen by Thompson. And he gets it up. One bouncer. Unable to get there in time is Robinson, but now he gets it. And Robinson to Campbell.
Robinson's going to stay on. He has that capability to play both sides of the ball.
Fennell, Jamison. Finally, they get it under control. He's bouncing around on everyone there for Halifax. Peterson, his pass comes over. Fennell shoots, tries to sneak one past Kirk on a bouncer. And the Rush, they have it, but Fennell doing everything he can to prevent them from getting over into their zone, and it's whistled down.
Yeah, and it looks like Jeff Shatler might get...
Right, yeah, you're right. You're
listen.
right. Hey, Cody, come here. Okay? There's no penalty on that. Hey, you're correct. No penalty. Good job, boy.
All right, so no call, no power play coming up. It's 14-8. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. Well, there's a good look at all four goalies, so that means it's good time to go to the save of the game, I would say, with the goalie get-together right there. The Alterna save of the game, presented by Alterna Bank. Let's take a look, Pat.
Evan Kirk has been lights out, 40 saves, but this one's certainly the best. Does a great job, overhead shot right here, just right off the butt end of the stick. Unbelievable. That is why it's our Alterna save of the game.
Indeed. Fantastic stop there. Evan Kirk, he knows what it takes to win championships. And he's 9:56 away from a win here in Halifax, which hasn't been done before. No visiting goaltender has come into Halifax and left the East Coast with a victory. Ball moved over, a shot. Kirk, another save, rebound. Oh, that's... Can we do the save of the game over? That could have been it there.
Unbelievable. Wow.
We'll definitely get a replay. But, wow, that was a fantastic stop.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you. I think that was the best save that we've seen both sides.
Rush. Moving the ball, using the clock a little bit, the shot clock. Got a healthy enough lead where they don't have to be firing shots in the first 7 or 8 seconds of the shot clock. Down on the turf is Ben McIntosh.
I think Hosick might have got away with one there as McIntosh is gingerly walking to the bench. But here's that save again. Beautiful ball movement, a great shot. Can't pick up his own rebound. Keogh crashes the net. And we'll see the injury here. Just a healthy hack and a cross check right on the back. That never feels good, but when it's Graham Hosick, it probably hurts 1,000 times more.
I would think so. And he got the loose ball, too. Here's a chance. Fennell cross. Oh, denied Peterson. From a crazy angle. Kirk Sticks lodged in the net. He's dropped his glove. It's a bit of a yard sale down there in the Rush crease. In the meantime, in transition, shot Dubinsky! What a stop! That's his biggest save.
Welcome to the show, Pete Dubinsky.
He wants in on the action. It's going to be the Rush with 17 seconds on the shot clock, and now Dubinsky starting to feel a little better, obviously. He came in a tough situation.
Yes.
Here's a transition opportunity. They score! Austin Shanks, his 3rd of the night.
And that's the bottom line, because Stone Cold Austin Shanks says so. That's his hat-trick goal. Clark Peterson in transition. Little bouncer, how are ya? Right into a glass jump. Beautiful shot. Kirk thinks he's going down low, but it just bounces up with the last second. We'll see a beautiful angle right here. That is just a goal scorer's goal. As Shanks buries his 3rd, and again, chipping away is this T-Birds team, just down 5 now with 8 minutes to go.
Little momentum here. We'll see what they can do. Rush. Some great defenders, though, on the back end. It's not going to be an easy task. Kyle Jackson with some fancy footwork. Tries to draw a penalty, and he did. He takes the shot, and it's going to be a power play coming up. The Rush don't like to call. Maybe Jackson sold it a little bit. Don't know.
I don't think it was the initial high stick.
No.
That's going to get called. We'll have to see it. Obviously, Kyle Rubish, one of the best defenders in the game, doesn't like that call there, and he lets Josh Hills know.
Slashing, okay, so
we'll see here. Jackson beats his man, beats 2 men. There's the high stick. So unless it was another off ball, we'll see here. There's the high stick, but the hand didn't go up until there. So like I said, maybe he called it a slash, even though it should be a high stick. Regardless, it's 2 minutes, and the Birds are getting going.
Jamieson with a great opportunity, and Kirk gets an arm on that one, denying Cody Jamieson of getting Halifax into double digits. Benesh moves it over, scores! A power play goal. Shanks with another one, having a night.
Peter, a night might be an understatement. Goal number 4 for Shanks. They've all been down in that end. And when Austin Shanks is on fire, I mean, he's on fire. Just, okay, you want to give me that much space? I'm going to put this ball in the back of the net. Little fist pump for 33. We'll see it one more time right here. The former Whitby Warrior goes low to low. And don't look now, but they're just down 4.
With 7:16 to go here. So in the lacrosse world, that's a lot of time. Good win on the draw to penalty. Coming up, another power play. In the meantime, they'll have the extra runner. Here's Ryan Benesh. He moves it over. Peterson with a shot. A save. And Halifax still with the ball. Cody Jamieson went to get it to Benesh, and pass was off the mark. And we're going to get another power play for the Halifax Thunderbirds. Just listen in.
Penalty, 2 minutes, slash.
Mark Thompson with the call there, slash. So this, we'll see off the, oh yeah, that's right in the shin. How, Withers wins the draw cleanly, and that's an unfortunate bounce. Thompson's not meaning to slash him directly in the ankle there, but nonetheless a penalty.
Thunderbirds with a shot, a sidearm shot by Peterson, but wide. Ends up in the Rush bench. And the Thunderbirds have to hustle back and set up some D. Too many balls on the floor there for a second. The referee scoops up one. 6:43 remaining here in this fourth quarter. Thunderbirds mounting a comeback here. And the Rush likely will be somewhat happy just to eat up most of this 30 if they can. Church over to the far side for Matthews. Matthews back to the top for Church. Trying to get away from Campbell. Church eventually knocked down to the turf by Hossack. Hossack then chops the ball right into the stick, and it's going to be whistled in, and it's going to be Halifax ball as they go back on the power play.
Graham Hossack's good at lacrosse. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that.
That's why we have you here, for those the great in-deep analysis. Yeah, no, you're right.
Hot take. Hot take.
Hot take. Here's Benesh. Jamison with a little room decides to get to the top for Benesh, who's got a hot stick, and hit a stick on his way. Jumps to try and grab it. He's going to run out of time, perhaps will he get a shot away. Benesh from way out shoots, and he didn't give up on the play. He shot that one all the way from Dartmouth. You never know, right? Could get a rebound off it. Matthews in the corner, and Keenan. A little bit of power play time left here for the Thunderbirds. Back and forth. Smith, Benesh across, they score! CP24, Clark Peterson.
Clark Peterson, again, caught on defense, goes back to try to cause a turnover, runs the ball up the floor, stays with the play instead of going to the bench. You'll see that beautiful feed from Benesh, and Kirk with just next to no chance there. CP24 making no mistake, buries that one, and Thompson just can't believe it.
Big win, Thompson shoots, oh, stopped by Dubetsky. That was a beauty. Lots of rebound going the Rush way. That's a big rebound to grab.
Huge, absolutely huge.
Keenan has had a pretty hot stick tonight. He does most nights out in front, and good defense right there by Brad Gillies. Here comes Graham Hossack.
Thunderbirds goal, a power play goal, scored by number 24.
He's going to pass it in, head to the bench. As the Thunderbirds have it here on the near side, Kyle Jackson. Jackson rolls to the top. There's the pass. Lots of time on the shot clock, 10 seconds, so you want to get a good shot away. Benesh shoots, trying to bounce one through the legs of Evan Kirk. Kirk was there for the save. 4:18 to go in the fourth. Halifax has come back from a huge deficit to get within 3. McIntosh to Church. In deep. Now it's Matthews. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Matthews coming out. He shoots, and Dubetsky settled in nicely. Up the floor. Luke Magnan tries to grab it with one hand on a stick. He does. He gets it to Campbell. Campbell fires. He scores! Soupy Campbell! His second of the game. It's 14-12 here in the Nest.
Campbell's soup. It's amazing what Scott Campbell can do for you. A beauty goal in transition, his second of the night. one of the leaders on this team, leading on and off the floor, and that one is an absolute goal scorer's goal. Just rips that one right by the hand of Evan Kirk. But how about the grab from Luke Bagnan? One hand on the stick.
That was a nice play all around. Here's Thompson. Thompson scoops it over. There's a penalty coming up here to Halifax. So the Rush pull the goaltender for the extra runner. Good timing for them. As whether they get one here, they'll go on a power play if they don't. Church, bit of a set play here, just waiting for the shot clock to come down. Shoots, he scores! Oh, big goal. That stops the Halifax run. Robert Church.
18, 2 minutes. Hold, waved up by the goal.
So the penalty, of course, gets washed out here by the goal. That makes it 15-12 for the Rush.
And Church with the hat trick on the extra attacker. Blows that one by Dubinsky. I'm not sure if he was screened there or if that's just a late reaction to a great shot. But Church having himself quite the game. As I mentioned, that's his hat-trick goal, 3 assists as well, 6 points on the night for Bobby Bardown. Didn't go Bardown there, but still one heck of a shot.
Bobby Bardown, that's got to be one of the best in the league. Love it. Don't go anywhere. 15-12. We're back after this. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on VR Live. And welcome back to Halifax. It's time now for the play of the game presented by Geico. And I don't think this was a tough one to decide tonight, Pat.
This one, not only the play of the game, might be the play of the week, play of the month, play of the year. The mailman delivers with an absolute beauty. A little swim, a little fake, and then it's the underhand finish. Just so casually trots off, too.
Yeah, done that before.
Not a big deal.
There you have it. Play of the game presented by Geico. 15-12 lacrosse game. It's turned into a beauty here. Just over 3 minutes left. Ryan Benesh back and forth with Cody Jamieson. Jamieson shoots, he scores! Cody Jamieson, the captain, with another one here. Halifax not done yet.
Not done indeed. Cody Jamieson, how many times have we seen him do this over the course of his career? On the power play, hey, you don't want to challenge him at the top, that's fine. I'm gonna put this right down your throat and blow it by your goalie, Cody Jamieson. 88's getting it done on the power play here. And once again, Halifax not ready to say goodnight.
Big win off the draw by Withers. Withers gets it over. Shanks looking for another one, and that was blocked. Chris Corbeil may need an ice pack afterwards after blocking that one. Thompson in there. Wow. Eventually, Saskatchewan will get this ball after all that. But will Halifax get it back? It's whistled down. Yes, they will.
It's a great forecheck again by Halifax, not allowing the defenders to get the ball over half in time.
Ryan Benesh. Benesh. And all over him. That's Ryan Dilks. Again, it's going to be a full 30 here given to Halifax.
Tough break by Dilks, makes a beautiful play, but then turns the ball over immediately. Extra attacker back out on the floor.
Micah Kersey pulls the goaltender for that extra runner. You're right. Here's Cody Jamieson. Jamieson slides it over. Shot just missing. And off the glass. And a break there by the Rush. That was awfully close. Dubinsky hustles back between the pipes. Thompson, and a good defensive play by Hasek. But it comes back to Thompson. He's going to roll it, but rolls it away. Oh, miscue there. And here's Ryan Benesh with it. Under 2 to go. Halifax within 2. And here's Ryan Benesh over the far side for Shanks to Jamieson. He scores! Halifax within one on another goal by the captain on military nights here on the East Coast.
I'm no Webster dictionary, but I'm pretty sure if you open that book up, search clutch, you're going to find Cody Jamieson's name there, scoring another big goal in this fourth quarter. Almost a near identical goal with the extra attacker. Too much time, too much space, and the captain makes them pay. $1:40 left, and the T-Birds down just one, and the nest is absolutely buzzing, Pete.
It is indeed. What an atmosphere here tonight on the hill in Halifax.
And
within one.
That all happens from that ride that they had, the forecheck to keep that possession staying with Halifax. But how about this? Listen to this crowd.
For a lot of people here, this is their first lacrosse game, perhaps. I think they're going to be coming back.
It won't be their last, that's for sure.
And it ain't over. Oh, big win there. Off the draw. Messenger took that one. Changed it up a little bit. Shackler over. Halifax getting the ball back. Dubetsky to the bench again. Here's Campbell, Benesh. Halifax is shot away from tying it up. Jamieson, Benesh shoots, saved by Kirk, rebound, full 30. Come on then, the rush, steal it back. Halifax fighting to get it back. Stephen Keogh comes in. Wow, what action.
Ryan Dilks, you have got to be kidding me. What a play. Strips the ball right out of Ryan Benesh's stick, gets it in his hands. Cody Jamieson trying to figure out what the possession call was, but we'll see it right here. Benesh picks it up, and just like that, yoink. Dilks picks it up, trying to see if there was maybe a interference, a push there. Let's listen to the officials here.
I'm asking a question. Let's go. How much did you, sorry? How much did you have on your 8-second count?
I had 3 seconds off the 8 resets.
I know the 8 does, but the shot clock does.
27 seconds. We're at 27 on the shot clock.
Okay. Okay.
Call the timeout if you don't even have to start.
No, it's not.
Okay, we're calling timeout off.
Thank you. Yeah.
See here?
27 on the shot clock, please. Yeah. Even if you got to put it to 106 and run it down, right?
So that's what they're calling it. Saskatchewan let the officials know that there was going to be a timeout on possession. That's why as soon as he picks that ball up, you'll see right here, Dilks calls that timeout. There you go.
Give me 6 feet, okay, Grant? 6 feet. Yeah, that's good. Don't creep, though. Hey, here we go.
All right. The rush, up by one with a minute to go. Can they hang on? Here they come in. Jeff Cornwell finds some open space. Just continues to run with it. Gets it to McIntosh. He's being watched by Luke Magnet. Cornwell set a little pick. McIntosh was needing up some more time here. And feeds it into the corner. 35.5 seconds to go. What's the plan here, Pat? Timeout?
Timeout here. Micah Kersey's with his offense right now, and Chad Culp behind him drawing something up. You obviously know with those 2 goals with the extra attacker, Cody Jamieson, they know the ball. They want to come there. Last actually possession we saw where Benesh took that shot, they ended up stacking in the middle. But we'll see here the 2 plays. The 2 goals that got this game where we are. Right there you see Jamieson, a lot of time, a lot of space, scores that goal. and that one just trickles right through Kirk. And yes, we're not showing you another replay of the same goal. It was the exact same goal like it looked like on a replay, but no, two completely different goals. But that last possession, as I was saying, what they were able to do, Saskatchewan, was they added that third player, took away that top shot from Cody Jamieson. So now look to see maybe a look to the crease with a backdoor look. Maybe Austin Shanks opens up, tries to score another goal. He's already got 3 on the afternoon, or the evening, I should say.
Lots of options, lots of weapons out there.
That's the good thing about offensive depth.
All right, Jamieson starts the play, down a goal. Needing one here to tie it up. Jamieson looks, there's the pass, there's a shot, they score! Austin Shanks! Phone the neighbors, wake the kids. We could be heading to overtime in Halifax.
Austin Shanks. I'm not too sure what your off-season plans are, but you should start thinking about running for mayor of Halifax, because the Nest just fell in love with this kid. Bar down shot, extra attacker out, tie ball game, his 4th of the game, and the roof here in the Nest nearly just popped off. There is no quit in this team. They will not give up.
This coming with just over 25 seconds left. 30 goals in this one. 15 apiece, and you saw Jamieson draw the crowd. They knew that there was a good chance he might be the one just taking the shot himself, and that sprung open Austin Shanks. Ain't over yet. They win the draw. And Cody Jamieson says, Dubinsky, get going. We're going for it right now. Just over 10 seconds remaining. Here's Ryan Benesh. Benesh to Jamieson. Jamieson looks. There's a shot coming. Fake. Oh, hits the post. Hit the post. It comes back to Evan Kirk. Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to go look. Yeah, go look.
The buzzer goes. Regulation is over. Let's take a peek.
Oh, no, that's just directly off the pipe. Oh, and you can hear the collective O's. And Cornwall popped Shanks in the face here pretty good, no call. As you can see, LeBranch is looking at the net, anticipating that shot coming instead of looking at Shanks there. I think if he's looking at Shanks there, he's calling a high stick there, especially with the way we've seen the illegal cross-checks called. I know it's near the end of the game, we're headed to overtime, but LeBranch is looking at the net, which is what he's supposed to be doing, checking out to making sure to see if the goal goes in or not.
That's good, thank you.
But what a game we are treated to right now.
You knew Shanks was going to take the shot. It just, he took a while. He just fake. And the fact that he got that shot away despite getting a shot to the head, remarkable. Got a lot on it, and he came a half an inch from what would have been the most exciting finish in this franchise history since they've been in Halifax for sure. But Evan Kirk got some more work ahead of him here.
And these two teams, despite it being the first time that they've met as Halifax and the Rush, Halifax coming out to the Nest on the East Coast, the first time that they've come here, both these teams, a lot of history between them. Just 2 years ago, we saw these franchises playing against each other in the NLL Cup Finals, and a lot of the roster were very the same. You just look, though, throughout these years, it's been the Rush who have had the better of them, not just in the championship. 3-12 as Halifax, just 3 wins over that stretch. We'll see if they can kind of change the trend and come out here, not with just a win, but an unbelievable comeback victory. The fact that they've been able to just bring this game into overtime is remarkable.
It really is. Overtime, Patty, for the folks not familiar with it. How'll she work?
Sudden death.
Next goal wins. And a draw win by Withers. Here's Campbell. What a night he's had. The nest is rocking. Here's Peterson to Shanks. Shanks to Cody Jamieson. Into Benesh. Down a little further. Will be a dunk here attempt. No, Jackson comes out. Kyle Jackson. He's got some room. Moves it over. Here's Cody Jamieson. Jamieson rolls. He's got a couple guys on him. Still with the ball. He scores! What an overtime winner! Cody Jamieson. My goodness, what a comeback! 16-15, your final. The Thunderbirds defeat the Saskatchewan Rush.
Captain Clutch, are you kidding me? Cody Jamieson puts the team on his back, but folks, just wait. We are going to have a review here.
Players,
Saskatchewan refuses to get off the bench, get off the floor. They are convinced Cody Jamieson stepped into the crease. He had a boatload of Rush players draped all over his back. They can't believe it. We're going to get another look. Regardless, what an individual effort from Cody Jamieson. He battles through a double.
It looks, I don't know, what do you think?
We're going to get a look at it right here.
Thank you.
Let's see if we can listen into the officials as it's going on as well.
Thank you. Yep.
What an effort. If it's a good goal or not, a heck of an effort.
Did you look shot clock? It's not crease, but it's shot clock. Shot clock's expired.
Okay, so they don't think it's creased, and this is why NLL Wired is the best thing since sliced bread, because we can hear what the players are saying and what the coaches are saying and the refs.
I just another angle with the shot clock, please.
So there you go. This is exactly it. So they weren't thinking about it being creased. They want to see if the shot clock expired.
Well, there's Micah Kersey waiting patiently.
And we don't see it on our replay here.
Roll it back.
But based on what we can see on the Jumbotron here in Halifax, I think...
Slow it down for me, please. Keep going.
I think the shot clock expired.
Yeah, the Rush may have a case.
The Rush bench went wild when they saw it.
It's coming back.
It's coming back, folks.
And the Rush will have the ball. Wow.
Have to review, the shot clock had expired prior to the shot. No goal.
You watched replay 6 times. You saw us in a headlock.
But I can't call a penalty.
Did you have a penalty?
No, I did not. No, I did not, Cody.
Why not?
Because I'm watching your feet and I'm watching the shot. I didn't see anything.
There's still a fucking call on it.
Wow, that's...
He's got a good point. Cody Jamieson's got a good point. Like, so does the referee, of course, too. I can only watch so many things here.
And that's the other thing, as I was saying about Toggle Branch, and I'm not knocking Toggle Branch, but heading into overtime, he's looking at the net, and Austin Shanks gets popped in the head. Same thing here. He's got to watch his feet. That's where the other officials come in as well.
Sure.
So it's not all on Todd LeBranch there.
Okay, so no goal. I don't know if anyone left the building or not, but...
I hope not.
Still up 16-15 on the scoreboard. They'll have to fix that in-house. Fans are hoping that's the case, but it is not. So now the Rush with a chance to win this one in OT. 64-45, the shots in favor of Halifax here tonight.
And that just shows you just how good Evan Kirk has been all night. Obviously, a little bit of some goals in the fourth there, but if it's not for him, who knows where this game is right now.
More free lacrosse. Here's Keenan to Matthews. Matthews, he's ended a few games in his career. Matthews, the pass went off his stick. It's going to come back. And Dubinsky. Fans applauding the turnover.
And it was a great one.
Hasek. Stephen Keogh, he's due for a big goal here. Could he be the guy that gets a big one here in overtime? Shanks out in front, trying to get it through his legs. Ravis was the only option there for Benesh. Now Keogh grabs it, falls down, gets back up. Keogh from long distance, fires on goal, and that would have been on time. There was 1 second left on the shot clock when he got that on net.
There's not too many times you're going to get this offense out here with the game on the line and not score.
Sattler over to McIntosh. Here's a shot coming, and a bouncer goes high. That's going to go into the Halifax bench. Ability Smith grabbed that one.
LeBranch is saying it's off the shoulder where Mark Thompson, who is up top, and obviously he's the low official, so they're going to go with his call.
So the Rush getting the ball back in a full 30. Here's Matthews. Matthews trying to get away from Hasek. A feed, a turnover, and a breakaway. Brad Gillies in overtime. Fakes. Oh, a save by Evan Kirk. Big stop by Kirk. And it's Rush ball, end-to-end action.
Just a push on the back, no penalty there, so Saskatchewan's going to get possession here. They're going to call a timeout here.
Settle things down a little bit, come up with a play. Derek Keenan will get the board out. He's seen it all during his long career as a player and as a coach. Let's take a look.
Gillies in on the break here. Couple of fakes. And Kirk, just a beautiful kick save. We're gonna take a look here though. With the shot clock in, you'll see 5 seconds on the clock.
Jameson rolls.
Jameson takes it to the net, and just maybe not even a full second, a half second. And I see what Jameson's saying there, Pete. I agree with you. I agree with Jameson. There probably should have been a penalty there with him draped all over. But at the same time, the official only has 2 sets of eyes, and he can only look at one play at once. That call there, it's unfortunate, but this is where we are. We're in overtime. Both teams have had back and forth opportunities, glorious chances. Both these goalies playing very solid. But Saskatchewan again, you just, with how powerful this offense is, something's got to give here. These goalies and this defense can't play this good for this long. Someone's got to score.
Well, the Rush will have the first chance here. They get the ball. 3 seconds gone already on the shot clock, so 27 left, and here they go. Matthews cradling the ball, moves it across, gets it to Church. Church passes it off, comes in, sets a little screen, comes back to Keenan. Keenan, Matthews out in front, solid D. Withers in there, scoops it up. Jake Withers up the floor, up to Graham Hasek. Hasek coming in overtime. Hasek shoots an underhand shot, stopped by Evan Kirk. Oh man, the Thunderbirds have had their chances here on breaks. Corbeil with it. There's the pass. Matthews goes high. Another chance here for Halifax. They'll slow it down a little bit. Trevor Smith. Sudden death overtime. Cody Jamieson, what a fourth quarter he had. Will he be the guy here for the T-Birds to get goal number 16? Shanks out in front. Peterson. Oh, and Kirk had to be quick. Got an arm out. And a good scoop here off that rebound by the Rush as they head up the floor. Here they come. Keenan, his pass from McIntosh, a little too hot for him to handle. And the ball will be taken here by Withers, and he lost it. Here's a steal, shoot, they score! The Rush finish it off in overtime. Ben McIntosh. It took 16, but the Rush take it here tonight against the Thunderbirds.
Benny Mac says ball game. It's off a broken play. And the Thunderbird faithful can't believe it, but they are still giving a round of applause to the home team for that absolutely gutty comeback performance. And you got to feel for Dubinsky. Comes in, has a couple shaky goals go by him early, but he finds his footing. And maybe we'll see if there was a crease. Is that what they're looking for? I don't see a violation there. Maybe, I think it's, they think Prior. Maybe we'll see if we can take a listen in with the officials.
Little more. More. Give it to me more, please. A little more.
Now there's Pete Dubinsky, who came in relief.
Right there. Go forward, please. Just go back again. Go back again for me, please. Okay, and slow it down here.
So obviously what you hear going on right now.
Yeah, back again, please. Could you give me the overhead on that, please?
So now we're looking at the house replay, and let's listen in to Todd LeBranch as he takes a look. Both teams on the floor, looking up at the
other end.
This is going to give us the best look here.
No, back a bit.
Let's listen in.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yep. Oh my.
No goal.
Wow.
That's no goal. That's exactly what they were looking for. Let's hear it.
After review, the shooter makes contact with the crease prior to the ball going in.
And we continue.
Oh my good. Get the people that just left the building back in here. This game is the Undertaker gif reborn. This game doesn't want to end. This game does not want to end.
Don't boil the lobsters quite yet. We have more lacrosse here in Halifax. Another review in OT going the right way for the team that needed it. Let's take another peek.
Let me explain, okay? He's the first to receive. Haas has it in his stick. Ben steps in, right? Okay? Then he's the first to receive it after it goes loose. No goal.
I disagree with you though. When he went through,
he's very polite.
Haas didn't have it yet. And then Benny stepped out and then Haas got it.
But after he touches it, he's the first to receive. Okay, first to touch.
No, Haas is.
No, let's go.
It's Haas.
Chris Corbeil stating his case very politely. He's a great guy. Doesn't win the argument. Wow, here we go. And Halifax with the ball. Cody Jamieson. Jamieson gets it in and then right across to Stephen Keogh. Here's Shanks. He shoots, goes high. Benesh has a chance to get the loose ball. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Ryan Benesh, he rips one high as well. Goes out of play. And a missed opportunity there for the Thunderbirds. Rush now with another opportunity to win this one. Here is Keenan. Dinsdale cutting through, back to Keenan. Keenan looks, hangs on to it, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Keenan, down low, shot and a save by Dubinsky. Halifax, up the floor, Jake Withers, in for Clark Peterson. Peterson decides to be patient here. Waiting for everyone to get into place. Ryan Benesh down in the corner. Coming out is Jackson. He shoots and a save. Rebound. And Fennell looking to steal it away. He can't. And the rush right back into the Halifax end. Here's Schattler. Flips the stick a couple times. He gets it towards the top. Keenan shoots and a save by Dubinsky. Pistol Pete. And the Thunderbirds heading up. Here's Jamieson with it in overtime. Cody Jamieson shoots. Oh, Evan Kirk. Rebound, no goal. Waved off. And we continue.
That was blown down way before. Moving pick call on Graham Hossack, moving up the floor.
Saskatchewan with it. Church setting a little pick, comes over to Matthews. Matthews to the far side. Here's Keenan. Keenan to Matthews. Hossack keeping a close watch. Keenan, there's a shot. Oh, Matthews just missed. Hit the post. And a reset though for the rush. Hossack steals it. Turnover. Halifax Gets the ball back.
What a turnover from the former Mimico Mountaineer, James Barkley. He's had a stretch about 4 weeks now where he's been one of the best defenders on the floor for the T-Birds, and that is a huge play that goes unnoticed so much.
Jackson to Cody Jamieson. Jamieson rolls off a pick. He looks, there's the feed for Stephen Keogh. Keogh is the footwork. He shoots it, a save by Kirk off his left pad. And the rush. Heading on down on a 2-on-2. Here's a shot that I believe they score! Saskatchewan with a 16-15 victory. If this one will count. We've already had 2 reviews.
From first look, I think this one's gonna finally put the nail in the coffin in this game. It's a gorgeous.
Go slow as soon as he gets the ball.
It's a gorgeous
He comes into the frame.
crease dive. You hear it. Todd LeBranch already telling him to fire up.
Yep, thank you. Good goal.
Yeah, that's a good goal. No doubt that's a good goal. That's a great goal. Corbeil finds Messenger, and Messenger takes flight.
What an overtime goal to finish it off by Mike Messenger. Tough one for Pete Dubinsky, but he got his team into overtime coming in a tough spot. What a thriller.
A thriller indeed, an instant classic. And anytime you have 2 of the top teams in the National Lacrosse League battle it out, get inside the rink, you're going to see a heavyweight battle. And that's exactly what we saw here tonight, Pete. Obviously not the best 60 minutes of lacrosse we've ever seen from the T-Birds, but what a gritty battle to come back, push it to overtime, 2 waved off goals. Oh, what a game.
Well, we've both been been fortunate to be part of some great lacrosse games over the years. That was one of the best. It didn't start off that way, but it sure finished as a classic, no doubt. Big night for Scott Campbell and the loss. He helped with the comeback. Handshakes all around, which we love to see. A great part, a great tradition in the game of lacrosse in the National Lacrosse League. Pete Dubinsky's got nothing to be ashamed of. He ends up not being the winning goaltender in this one, but man, he gave his team an opportunity.
I mean, if you're a new lacrosse fan in this building, watching at home on BR Live, and you haven't fallen in love with the game of lacrosse, I mean, give your head a shake. Next week, the game of the week, when the Toronto Rock come to town, you got to believe that this place is going to be packed again. It's going to be loud, and it's going to be another great game.
All right, let's go downstairs, and Dana Jackson is joined by Mark Matthews. Dana?
Mark, what a battle tonight, a marathon towards the end. What happened when you guys had that last time out there?
Oh, we just battled there. I don't know what went on in the last bit there. The bit of a collapse on everyone's part, but to get one like that is nice.
You guys talked about it earlier. Now you guys play 12 straight games. Do you think that'll help your momentum at all?
Yeah, we needed something like this to get our group going. You know, offensively putting up 15 or 16 was big for us, and our defense will be back playing the way they usually do.
Beauty of a goal for you tonight. I think we'll be seeing that on Sports Center. What did you see there?
Oh, I just threw it. Just lucky bounce and beat Pete. So first one in a couple games. It feels nice.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
All right, thank you so much, Dana. We're coming back next with your post-game live. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on BR Live. It's NLL postgame live. Pete Dalladay along with Pat Gregoire and Dana Jackson. What a thriller on the coast tonight.
An instant classic, and I mentioned it before we went to break there. Maybe two of the best teams in the league. Obviously the top in the West, the top in the North. These two teams put on an absolute show, and it wasn't the best 60 minutes we've seen from Halifax, but what they did in the fourth and in overtime is remarkable, and just shows you what a gritty group this is.
Well, let's take a look at, we don't have time to show 31 goals here in this one.
But this is where it all starts off. Campbell, as I mentioned, Scott Campbell, getting things going, scoring a beautiful goal in transition, and that really injected some life into this building. Again, another transition goal. This time it's Peterson, finds Austin Shanks, who had himself an unbelievable night. And things would keep going for Shanks. Throws a little bit of a worm burner there for his hat-trick goal. And again, transition. When this team plays fast and furious, Pete, they are hard to stop, and that's exactly what they did in the fourth. Again, another transition goal, one of the best ones we saw.
Good scoop.
Magnan, exactly, and then that's Soupy's second goal there with an absolute cannonade. And this is where the Cody Jamieson show started. A big goal there.
That's
not a replay. Another goal for Jamieson with the extra attacker. Extra attacker still out. You see Saskatchewan closes the gap there, tries to take away the shot from Jamieson, so that opens up Shanks. And then this is where all the action ensued. Crease, no problem there. It was the shot clock that expired.
After review, the shot clock had expired prior to the shot. No goal.
And it's no goal. That's a great call by Todd LeBranch. Here's another one right before that. And
after review, the shooter makes contact with the crease prior to the ball going in.
There you go. And this one, we thought maybe we'd see it, but as you see the replay there, just a beautiful display of athleticism from Mike Messenger, one of the best two-way defenders in the game. He ends this, and what a night it was. You look at the final numbers there, 16-5 obviously the score, but
loose balls.
Unbelievable. 94-81. I don't know if I've ever seen the loose ball totals that high before. The face-off battle obviously won by Jake Withers. That's where a lot of those loose balls came from. But the shots, the biggest discrepancy. I would have loved to see what the shot totals were from the first two quarters or even the third.
Yeah.
It really, where that started to change was in the fourth and in overtime. And I think the message that Mike Kersey and his coaching staff and the leadership group for Halifax is saying is, look guys, obviously, morale wins. They don't do anything in the standings. It's not going to help us there, but it shows that we know how to battle deep. But with that being said, you cannot not play 60 minutes of lacrosse in the National Lacrosse League and expect to win.
And just like that, all of a sudden, the Rush find themselves, they were first place coming in their division, but they will remain there after the weekend.
They will remain there, and now they get an Alterna Cup win as well, so sitting atop there. And this is a team that, to be quite honest, their schedule was their biggest opponent, because the fact that we hadn't been able to see that offense on a consistent base. We heard Derek Keenan say at pregame, lacrosse is a game of flow, especially on offense. Well, there was a lot of flow on offense here tonight. They don't have any more bye weeks for the rest of the season. This is a well-oiled machine. They're just starting to pick up steam. So it's going to be interesting to what we can see from them going forward.
And a quick turnaround here for Halifax right back here on a Friday night against Toronto. That should be a good one. So a thriller here tonight in Halifax. We hope you enjoyed it. On behalf of Pat Gregoire and Dana Jackson and our great crew here in Halifax, I'm Pete Dalladay. Good night, everyone.